the Modus Super Series.
Derek Coulson for destiny.
It's there! Don Taylor!
Yeah, absolutely.
Biggest of all
He
fish.
reels it in.
Yeah.
What an incredible record.
Everything you wanted.
He does it.
Henry caught the floor.
Our champion
That's
tonight.
the bullseye.
Oh, Vanacek.
This will be amazing. Unbelievable.
Oh, what a time for Max!
It's matched out.
That is special.
Incredible.
Last chance. That is seething. The pressure is on.
Champions League night
Derek Coulson.
This would be rude. Very rude. Doesn't get much ruder than that. That's what it's known as in sport.
Aim shot on the first
Yeah,
leg.
but when Kroner's in this kind of... Can Lewis do it? Oh, he can. What a shot that is. That is a fantastic leg from those two guys. Go for one. And a tops. Oh, it's another one.
Shot on the third leg.
It's five.
Tops of the match, and to finish off
Game shot.
with 4
And a
points
match.
to his
One
name. Here we go then. It is the final night to see who's going to qualify through to Saturday here in week 3. And the truth is, this Group B is open for interpretation. Nobody guaranteed through, nobody out as we head to Friday night's action. Hello, very good evening. It is the Welshman Cloud Bevan who has the lead at the top of Group B going into tonight's play. But everybody, including Lewis Gurney at the bottom of the table, is very much in the mix. Yesterday, we saw Jose de Souza at his Maverick best. We saw Pal Kroner pile in a ton plus average. And Don Taylor made his return to big time darts. We're going to be watching all the action on this Friday night in the company of the asset Paul Nicholson. And last night, we saw a little bit of everything, didn't we? But I suppose what we didn't expect was Cloud Bevan to top the table overnight.
No, we didn't. I think a lot of us thought that Paul Kroner would spring to life and maybe win 4 out of 4 or maybe even 3 out of 4. And then with de Souza playing some really good stuff towards the end of his campaign in Group A, we thought maybe they would use their experience to find themselves in a very lofty position. However, Bevan, who was able to win his first game from 3-0 down, he really made the most of that. And that is something that he must cling to, because even with the lead, he's not safe. And he's playing 2 of the first 3 games tonight, so he's under pressure immediately.
Drama tonight. We had drama this afternoon. Where do you begin with Group C?
I have no idea. I really do feel for Mike Warburton, because he had a really good Thursday, 5 wins out of 5, and we've said it for years now. Even if that happens, you are not safe. And when Warburton started to lose games early in the session, we thought, hang on a second, there are plenty of people on your tail. You're going to have to figure this out. And when he won a match towards the end of the schedule, you thought he's going to figure this out. And then when it came to his last game, he wasn't able to. It was a really strange group, but it was engaging from start to finish.
And perhaps the craziest thing about it was when Asa Cansdale won the group, because there was a point in the middle of the day we thought, has he blown it again? And then all of a sudden, just when it looked like he had the heebie-jeebies, he goes and pulls in a worldy performance against Dylan Selvin in effectively a winner-takes-all game.
I'll be honest, Henry, when he was going into this game, I feared for him. I wasn't sure what he had in his locker to get over the line against someone who's got more experience than him. The ability to get a 3-0 lead, then Dylan comes back, and this is post him putting in a 111 average in the group. You thought, hang on, he's going to do it again, and he's going to drown this guy with 4 straight legs and break his heart. But to his credit, in leg 6, Cansdale was able to get over the line, and he showed himself something, as well as the world, that maybe we thought he didn't have.
So he's through to the finals, as well as Dylan Slevin, who had an agonising rate. I think he owes his compatriot Killian Hepburn a Guinness or 2 tonight. Other stouts are available. Right, let's have a look at the tournament bracket then. We know half of the players that are through to tomorrow night's final. Andy Barton's got through on Wednesday afternoon by virtue of winning Group A. Asa Cansdale and Dylan Slevin getting through this afternoon in Group C. And tonight we'll see which 3 from 5 make it out of Group B to qualify through to the finals. This is how the lay of the land looks following the first night's worth of play. Cloud Bevan top of the table on 6 points with Dom Taylor, Pal Corona and Jose de Souza all on 4 points and all with a similar legs difference. And even Lewis Gurney on 2 points had that 102 average to start, but that was as good as it got last night for the Lancer. But Cloud Bevan top of the table, and we kind of said it in the studio, he sort of said it in the studio last night, that he was able to go under the radar, but he's not going to be able to do the same this evening.
Not at all. We won't allow it. And when you're hitting shots like that against someone like Lewis Gurney, who's sitting on a double, playing beautiful darts, that's a game-changing shot. He did that more than once last night. I'm not surprised to see him as the favourite. I'm really not, because he does have the lead. But this is going to be so tight tonight. I don't think Lewis Gurney's going to win the group. I think a lot of people will say that. But I would not be surprised if anybody from the top 4 of the odds there would win the group tonight.
Quick word on what happens in terms of the other places. Who do you expect to go through?
I think Corona will be strong. I think de Souza is going to be strong. We saw a little bit of fragility with Dom Taylor last night, but we did see some of his best stuff towards the end. I think it's coming down to leg difference. I think the 2 from Group A will get through, and I thought it'll be between Bevan and Taylor.
Be interesting to see. 18 plus. Gavinaware.org if you're going to have a flutter on the Super Series on this Friday night. Let's get the action underway then. And we're going to see Pal Corona in the opening game of the evening. He finished 3rd in Group A. He finishes 3rd in Group B. That's good enough to make it through to a first finals night on debut here at the Super Series as a singles player anyway. He's played in the pairs a couple of times alongside Daniel Close. So let's hear from Pal now. I caught up with him earlier on tonight. Pat, it must have been one of those nights where, in terms of the way you played, you must have been pleased, but at the same time, it felt like every mistake that you made was punished.
Yeah, I think so, like coming home with only 2 wins, playing, I think, quite good stuff. Wasn't the way I expected it, but 1 day to go.
Is it a weird one then, when you wake up this morning, seeing the table, seeing the way you played? Is it frustrating in terms of points, but then in terms of the way you played, you were happy enough?
It's okay. I'm still in 3rd place, so if I can be there in the evening, I'm fine.
Really tight group. What do you feel like the job's got to be tonight to get over the line and to get through the finals night?
Win 4. Yeah, I hope just to get my wins. Don't have to count on other to win. Look at the consolations. I don't like to do that. So win my games. Be happy.
First time we've seen you in singles play here. Busy end to 2026 for yourself in a very good position. Number 2 in the WDF. Lakeside's very much on the horizon. I'm sure the Europe Super League is also something on the agenda. Is this maybe a little bit of a warm-up for that to get used to a bit of round-robin play?
Yeah, I think so. I got new darts 7 days ago. Tried them at home for 3 days and played with them here. So I think they're working good. So we're looking at the Super League and Lakeside. What else to come?
Are they the goals to work towards those tournaments? And then what's next on the horizon? What does January potentially bring?
I thought you would ask that, but I'll probably go to Q School. Sure, it's my traineeship in January. We have an oral exam after Q School, but I'm able to play there, and we'll see how it goes.
Well, we look forward to watching you tonight, first and foremost. But good luck out there.
Thanks.
Little Henry Deacon Scoop to begin the night here at the Live Lounge. So, Pal Corona and Cloud Bevan get Friday night underway here at the Super Series. For Pal, a busy end to 2026 and potentially a busy 2027 as he takes on Cloud Bevan, who had a very productive night last night. Top of the table, 3 wins out of 4. For Pal, it started so well. 2 wins in his opening 2 games, but towards the end of the night, things just fell off a little bit. As for Cloud Bevan, the 26-year-old from Wales, a semi-finalist in the previous series. There's just a sense that possibly his game is moving back in the right place. He mentioned in the studio with us last night that because of what he does in terms of work and what he does day by day, he's not able to maybe have the commitment levels of other players. As we see the man in the middle, Anton Mays. He's going to be presiding over proceedings between now and the week's end.
Game on.
So Germany and Wales get us underway on this Friday night. And this perhaps a game that could set the tone. Well, let's hope that sets the tone.
180.
First max of the night, probably not going to be the last. Well, I can guarantee it's not going to be the last.
Yeah, 20 maximums
60.
last night which is not a bad effort considering there are 10 games. Usually a barometer of really good 180 performances
140.
is an average of 2 or more per game, and that's exactly what we had. But usually what we have in Group B is a better standard on a Thursday, because there are people going out there to set their stall out. But when the pressure's ramped up a little bit on Fridays, people tend to retract a little bit. There's a few more misstarts at double.
137.
Yeah, tell that to Paul Kroner right now. Look what he's left after 9.
140. Power you require 44.
Potential 11 data to get us underway.
12.
Well, the blue touch paper not properly lit as of yet, but it is a rip-roaring start from the German, and Cloud Bevan's been left in the tailwind.
60. Power you
Well,
require
he can get this
32.
done in 18 if he so wants to. Well, eventually gets it done in 15. Could have been 11,
Second
but he
leg is
gets it
Cloud
done
to
in
throw
5
first.
visits nonetheless.
Game on.
That's a somewhat strange compliment. He eventually gets it done in 15. I mean, 15 is a world-class leg of
99.
darts. So to eventually get it done in 15 means he's done something extra special before he's finished it. I mean, he's had a lot of
97.
ton plus averages this week. Only had 1 ton plus finish last night, which was a bit of a surprise.
140.
But sometimes that's a symptom of very high scoring. Kroner's doubling 34%. Bevan 5% better.
140.
One of the best percentages of anybody last night. In fact, only Jose de Souza was better than Bevan at 41%.
30.
Well, I said that this game could set the tone, and the reason I say that is if Cloud Bevan wins this, he moves on to 8 points, and he opens up a temporary 4-point gap on the 3 players just below him. But if Paul Kroner wins this, and the likelihood is he's probably going to if he carries on at this rate or not, then he'll move on to 6.
65.
He'll jump
Power
above
require
Cloud Bevan in the
84.
group, and all of a sudden, everybody could be on a similar points total. Well, that time he
on
does get it
second
done in
leg, Paul
11.
The
The scoring
leg is Paul to throw
is
first.
like a German
Game on.
machine. And the finishing, well, is now on point. 2-0 to the good. And by the way, I'm saying the average is only 115.62
26.
because he could have had something way into the 120s.
He's got a very high
100.
bar. We know that about Powell. He is a direct look into what a modern German dart player is.
60.
When he got his tour card, he wasn't the full ticket as he is now.
140.
I'm not even saying he's the full ticket now. I'm just saying he's better than he was when he got a tour card a couple of years ago. Not the finished article. But what we've seen from him this week is real proof as to why he's the number 2 WDF ranked player. That is a very, very
100.
fair ranking in my view.
Yeah, the only player above him in the WDF rankings is Mitchell Lowry, and we're not going to be disputing that. And by the way, big fan of his walk-on song. I'll tell you more about that in the next leg. Bevan 161. Triple 17. Bullseye. That is the first dart he's had at a double in this game.
142.
He is going to get more.
44. Chloe required 25.
Everybody rattled in a ton plus finish last night. Bevan had the biggest,
9.
but he might find himself
Chloe
on the end
required
of
98.
3-0 in his first game again for the second consecutive night. Maybe not.
82. Chloe requires 16.
Well, despite the barrage at the beginning of this
Aim
contest,
shot on the third
Bevan's back
leg,
in it,
Cloud
and we're back
Bevan.
on throw at 2-1.
Fourth leg is Cloud throw first. Game on.
Well, as I say, I'm a big fan of Paul Kroner's walk-on song. The track that he had as a
60.
walk-on has been performed many times at the Lakeside, but we had the proper track last year. Robbie Williams, let me entertain you. What a walk-on tune.
140.
You're still scarred by those memories, aren't you?
Of what?
Robbie Williams, let me entertain you.
83.
Just think it's a bit naff. A bit meh. It's been done before plenty of times. It's not original.
91.
You know, when Peter Wright came out to Don't Stop the Party, that was original. It became a classic. Let Me Entertain You's been used by many people for
100.
different things. I don't know. It's not very original. Find something that's got a little bit of German about it, like 99 Luftballons.
I can't sing that as well as Let Me Entertain You on karaoke, though.
180.
Anyway, Pal Kroner again on a 2-darter after 9. Could be his second 11-darter of the contest.
140.
Averaging
High required
107.5.
90.
And that's despite missing 5 darts at a double in this game. Ball for tops.
Oh my.
50. Clowie
That's one of the
require
best efforts you'll see for a
118.
bull tops checkout without actually taking it. I like that use of the board there from Bevan.
61.
48 bull
require
shot is
40.
very much forgotten in that spot. Double 10 for the German. If he doesn't hit this, he's in trouble.
20.
Trouble could
Now
arise.
you
2
require
for
57.
12 on the outer ring for Pal Kroner. Bevan has survived the barrage
Game
and
shot on the
gets
fourth
himself
leg.
back on
Clow
terms
Bevan.
at
Fifth
2-2.
leg
And
is
this
Pal
was
to
the
throw
kind of
first.
thing he was doing
Game
last
on.
night.
Honestly, they've got to stop letting this guy off. He's going to keep picking off these doubles if you keep leaving crumbs on the ground.
135.
There are different ways of
100.
building confidence, Henry. You can have this bulldozing attitude that Kroner's shown. Put in the 15 darter, the 11 darter, get the 2-0 lead. But if you're the person
99.
who's mopping up legs, like Bevan has in the last 2, he'll be thinking, I'm just going to try and stick with you, and if you make one mistake, I've got you.
Because
that's what he was doing last night.
80.
Is this the portion of the game where he presses the accelerator and says, yeah, you try and catch me now?
97.
I've got to say, I have been really impressed with Cloud Bevan. Really impressed with him this
140.
week.
How you require 170.
And all of a sudden, Kroner, who came charging out the traps, left himself on a 2-darter after 9 in the first 2 legs, did so in another leg.
84. Clow you require
Found himself
81.
against the 8-ball because Bevan is looking for an 11-darter potential of his own. Bullseye for a 12. Bullseye for a
Game shot on
12.
the fifth leg.
And from
Clow
2-0
Bevan.
behind, Cloud Bevan has a 3-2 lead and has the darts in
Sixth leg is
hand
Cloud to throw
to
first.
seal a 4-2 win, which will give
Game
him a
on.
4-point gap at the top of the Group B table.
Apparently the way you beat Bevan is you lead tops a lot and you hit it a
140.
lot. Because the only game he lost last night was to De Souza, who found 6 double tops in one game.
43.
You said it so well last night, Henry, because there was a point in that game where De Souza was 1-0 up
140.
and he'd already hit tops 3 times.
$125.
Who thought this was going to happen? Kroner was blistering in the first couple of legs. But this ability to
140.
withstand from Flau, it's incredible. It's Johnny Clayton like.
77. Clow you require 81.
Double 12 to wrap it up in 11. This could be back-to-back 12s.
75.
Now problems could arise. I know Kroner's a long way back, but this could get squiffy if he's not careful.
If anybody's going to click a double 3, it's going to be someone with his angle of entry.
59.
Doesn't make it any easier though.
Clow you require 6.
1-1. Can't go no further. Doesn't have
Game
to
shot.
go any
And
further
the match.
because he's
Cloud
got the job done. And Cloud Bevan opens up a 4-point lead, and it means that mathematically he only needs one more win to qualify through to tomorrow night's final. Pal Krona came racing out the traps. 15 followed by an 11. We were looking at PB average territory midway through that match, but 10 missed darts at a double came to cost him dearly, and it's Cloud Bevan who runs out a 4-2 winner. Welcome back to the Modus Super Series, where before the break, Cloud Bevan got the better of Pal Krona by 4 legs to 2. Average just underneath the 94 mark, 4 from 11 in terms of his doubling. As for Pal Krona, came charging out the traps. 15 and 11 his first 2 legs, average of 97, but 10 missed darts at a double came to become problematic for him. Game 2, Jose de Souza and Dom Taylor. For the Tower, the 28-year-old from Bristol. Twice a weekly runner-up here in the past. The winner of this one will move on to 6 points and move into second position outright. For Jose de Souza, he has been a bundle of joy this week. We've seen the sublime, the ridiculous, and just the outright Jose at times over the course of the last few days. We've seen him really click into gear. We've seen him at his Portuguese man who scores best. And the truth is, we don't know, and probably he don't know, what we're going to see from him this evening.
First leg
However, the
is
good
Dom
news
to throw
is over the
first.
course of the last few days, Jose has been
Game
able
on.
to find a polo shirt, which is not a replica strip of what the referees used to wear.
100.
If you'd like a little bit of an insight into how good this group has been, we've got 22 recorded averages from this group so far. So that's 11 games.
139.
Obviously 2 from every game. Of the 22 averages, 15 of them have been over 90. That's really good.
137.
2 of them over 100. Fair few 180s in there as well. Averaging way more
42.
than the average. So if you're turning up tonight thinking that you're going to stroll through to Saturday, think again. Krona's only got 3 games left and he's only got 4 points.
131.
So if you've got Jose's reputation, his CV, don't think that he's going to qualify just by his name. He's got hard work to do,
100.
as has Dom
Dom, you
Taylor.
require 133.
Well, Pal Krona's learnt the hard way. Names and reputations mean nothing. He's now outside a qualifying spot. A big name will perish tonight.
57.
The likelihood is that one of Taylor, DeSouza and Krona doesn't make it.
Well, Bevan could be through if he wins the next game. That's
100.
statistical fact.
Dom, you require 76.
10-point rule in Group B coming into fruition as Dom Taylor looks at 76. Started a lot of games very well last night, did Dom.
Game.
He does
Shot on the first
exactly the
leg,
same
Dom
here.
Taylor.
5-visit leg
Second
to
leg
get
is
things
Jose to throw
started.
first. Game on.
The question mark at the beginning of the evening was he had these decent spells at the beginning of matches, but he was unable to sustain them. But as the night drew
140.
towards a close, it looked like he was able to find the course and distance.
Yeah, I think the more games that Dom plays, he's obviously got a new set of circumstances at the
100.
minute, a new set of emotions when he plays darts matches. He's getting used to the new feelings when he gets towards the end of games and putting himself into winning positions.
100.
He's learning to play darts in a new way. So the fact that he was able to beat DeSouza in his 4th game last night, big credit to him for that. But he wasn't able to
94.
finish off Pal Krona in the 1st game. And the fact that he lost from 3-0 up against Clow Bevan, that was a real spine buster.
134.
Well, DeSouza's left the 1-2-7 in game.
That's obviously going to be bull, treble 9 bull.
100.
I jest,
Jose,
of
you
course.
require 127.
Do you, Jose?
Go for a 10. Yeah.
87.
Of course he went for the treble. That was very much a Luke Littler, Michael Smith play.
Yeah, there's no way Jose was going for the bullseye on that particular occasion.
99. Jose, you require 40.
Tops of parity.
That's a
Shot on the
really good
second
kill.
leg, Jose de Souza.
They're the kind of legs you
Third
want
leg
early.
is Dom to throw first.
Good scoring
Game on.
performance. Make sure your opponent does not get a darted double.
Proper game this so far. 15 followed by 14. Both players tickling the ton in terms of an average.
100.
I get the feeling that Andy Bartons is very happy not to be in this group.
100.
Even with his capabilities, he would have found this tough.
To be honest, knowing Andy, he's probably watching this.
99.
Oh, I'm imagining that he is. Because if I were in his position, I'd be watching too. I'd be getting a little bit of intel. I'd be watching the facial expressions, the
140.
body language, the tendencies on the dartboard, just in case I have to play that player and I need a little bit of insight.
Well, we know game 1 tomorrow night is going to be a
96.
meeting between Bartons and Slevin. That's a guarantee because Bartons won Group A and Slevin was runner-up in Group C.
94.
Joining them will be the runner-up of this particular group. The winner of Group B, the third-place player, will be in Group 2 alongside Asa Cansdale, who won Group C early on this afternoon.
100.
South has left himself on a finish after 9. The scoring has been bang on point despite not hitting a maxi turn so far.
85. Dom, you require 106.
Yeah, he only had 5 maximums last night. I say only, but I'm used to him getting more per leg than 1.25. This is double 16. And that is a 2-1 lead.
Dom Taylor. Fourth leg is Jose to throw first.
Very effective darts from
Game
Dom.
on.
Doubling in this game overall has been excellent. 1 dart missed the tops, and that's it.
Well, it turns out if you want to get a leg 1, don't get done, get Dom. 2 from 2, ton plus checkout.
85.
Yeah, there was a time that John Henderson used to walk out to a jingle and then his status quo would kick in and it would be Big John, Big Bad John.
60.
Well, there used to be an ad campaign that was Big Dom. So you could do it for Taylor as well. And he is big.
85.
You don't call him the Tower for nothing. It is a play on words. When we first heard about Dom, we thought, well, that is genius. I'm not sure Phil Taylor was a big fan of it at the time. How dare you use my surname and have a rhyme of the power? Well, actually, it makes a lot of sense. Because he does look like a skyscraper.
83. $97. Jose, you require 112.
See how him and Arne Spade would be in terms of comparable height. Anyway, to Sousa 112. Tops, he was lethal on this last night.
73.
That skewed off to the right-hand side.
I have no idea what happened to that one. I'm going to be really interested to see what he does here.
59. Jose,
I
you
don't
require
ever remember
39.
him being on 39. That could have been for anything. Taylor's got a free hit at this 140 for a 3-1
require
lead.
140.
That might have been going for the wire between the 19 and the 7, you know.
And for treble 18, unable to get the treble 18. So DeSau's back free and had a double 8 to
44.
square us back
Jose,
up
you
at 2
require
apiece.
16.
Good contest this, but an important contest as well.
Fifth leg is Dom to throw
As I
first.
mentioned, the winner moves on
Game
to
on.
6 points. The winner puts themselves in a decent position to progress. The loser just gives themselves a bit of work to do. They'll be stuck on 4 points
100.
alongside Pal Corona. And Lewis Gurney could potentially join him on that particular mark if he got the better of Cloud Bevan in the next game. A
81.
game which, if Cloud wins, he will qualify through.
Yeah, Gurney needs a hot start tonight. He is not out of this by any means. We do know that if he wins all of his games tonight, he will qualify.
83.
Rule of 10 points again. He was the unluckiest player last night because people just kept clicking 3-figure checkouts against him when he was sitting on doubles.
Tell you what, we're creating a lot of
85.
rules around here, Nico, aren't we, this Friday?
Yeah, let's not get carried away. I know how much you like politics.
100.
I think De Souza needs to start finding that first dart in the treble. That's the first dart he wants. Because look what happens next.
140.
He's got that ability to let those darts collect.
Takes from here and making best use of the advantage he has.
180.
Maxi to leave himself on double 19.
$100.
That's a big moment.
Dom, you
this.
require 38.
Taylor's done very well to get the lead, to get the lead again. Can he get the lead for a third time? Silly question.
Gage on the fifth leg, Dom Taylor.
That was
Six
so
leg is
assured.
Jose to throw first. Game on.
3 from 3, perfect on the outer ring. And now a leg away from moving on to 6 points.
140.
And let's not understate how big a story it would be if Dom Taylor was to qualify through to tomorrow night's final.
Yeah, this time last week he didn't even know he was playing here. Invitation on Monday when
81.
a couple of withdrawals came in. He has not disgraced himself, that's for sure.
Well, that's mighty unlucky. Not as bad as what we saw earlier on this afternoon with Killian Heffernan having 2 of them bouncing out the board.
He put up such a good fight this afternoon. He should take a lot away from his experience over the last 5 days.
97.
I think he came out of that a better player than he came in. And sometimes in life, that is all you can take from an experience.
I agree with that. He's got a lot to work with.
Perfect time of the season to be playing this because we get to the autumn, we get to the stage of the year where some players, they might be playing their end of year
100.
championships, whether that's the Ali Pally, whether that be Lakeside, whether that be the ADC Global. And it also gives some key information as to whether they want to pursue Q School or not at the beginning of 2027. I always think this is the most important series of the year.
45.
In the case of Heffernan, absolutely not. No Q School. He needs a full year at this level. He needs to test himself at this level in different ways. Q School next year would be too soon.
137. Jose require 151.
Well, this would be right on time. He might fall to the tower twice.
91.
He started in 4th position.
Dom, you require 86.
For Dom, this would be a massive result.
For perfect performance on the outer ring. Well, the first 2 darts
78.
he's missed at a double. The
Jose
2 darts to win
requires
the
60.
contest. De Souza with one last opportunity to save his skin. Oh, he's missed 2 big numbers. The first one you can understand, he was doing the Hamilton playing safe to go the low
20.
side of the target to not obscure the tops. The second one's just criminal.
Dom, you require
And it's handed
8.
Dom Taylor a match-winning opportunity on a platter. And it's an
Good shot.
opportunity he
And the
grasps.
match, Dom Taylor.
And Dom Taylor moves on to 6 points. And he puts himself in charge of his own destiny on this Friday night. For Jose De Souza, that could be a big defeat when we look at the table later on this evening. Coming up next, Cloud Bevan can secure his place through to tomorrow night's final if he can get the better of Lewis Gurn, who starts the night bottom of the table on 2 points. Welcome back to the Modus Super Series, where before the break we saw Dom Taylor get the better of Jose de Souza by 4 legs to 2. And for Cloud Bevan, an opportunity to qualify through to tomorrow night's final. A win here against Lewis Gurney would seal his spot into tomorrow night's final. Gurney kicked off his night last night with an average of 102.89 in beating Jose de Souza 4-1. That was as good as it got. As for Cloud Bevan, he's already got the better of Pal Krona 4-2 in his opener. And for Lewis Gurney, he's going to have to get into the swing of things rather quickly, because just having a look at the 2 games we've seen this season, just delving into some of the numbers, with the exception of the 2 from 12 in the outer ring for Pal Krona, everybody's finishing legs okay, and in terms of the overall averages, they all have a 9 at the start of it. 97.12 Krona, 93.81 Bevan, 92.37 Taylor, 92.03 de Souza. We thought this would be a good night, and so far, everybody has
46.
brought something to the party.
Now it's Lewis's turn. He wouldn't mind the same sort of start as last night,
60.
because it really was that good. He's got less wiggle room than anybody because he's got a deficit between himself and third
100.
position. As it happens, third position belongs to Pal Krona, which is only 2 points away.
100.
He's not out of this. And even though he does know his opponent extremely well, he's got to find a way to
100.
sweep him aside. And maybe get a little bit of revenge after what happened last night.
140.
Because that was particularly cruel, what Bevan did to him.
$139.
I've got a point to make in the next leg.
140. Cloud require 116.
However, first things first, can Bevan take out the 116? Tops.
Game shot on the
That
first leg. Cloud
It's
Bevan.
ridiculously good from Cloud
Second
Bevan.
leg is Lewis.
And
to
do you know
throw
what? From the
first.
second he hit that treble,
Game
you
on.
just expected Anton Mays to call game shot.
Well, the thing about Gurney's mindset right now is it's already taken a big hit.
60.
Because he's probably thinking, it's going to happen again. Why are people doing this to me? People are hitting ton plus checkouts when he's on a lesser
140.
number. I mean, if it's personal, if they think, I've got to hit this because I know he's going to take that 61 out.
140.
Okay, fair enough. That's a compliment to Lewis. But it does get a little bit silly after a while when it's happened 4, 5, 6 times.
83.
He's got to be the most resilient he's ever been on a dartboard here tonight if he's going to make Saturday.
Do you remember the week Adam Paxton won?
I remember of it. I know it was a stacked week and everybody thought that there were going to be winners everywhere and
22.
nobody expected Adam Paxton to win.
Cloud Bevan could legitimately do something similar here.
It's not out of the realms of possibility.
125.
Do you think he's going to be scared of Asa Cansdale or Dylan Slevin? I don't think so.
Well, considering he dealt with Pal Krona and Jose de Souza,
96.
without disrespect
Lewis
to anybody
requires
else, he'll
76.
feel like he can deal with all comers.
40.
If Bevan
Now you
takes this
require
out,
160.
Lewis Gurney is cursed.
Well, you've been given an opportunity, Lewis, free in hands,
63.
and
Lewis, you require
simply
36.
put, you're going to have to take it, pal.
18.
Unable to muster.
Cloud, you require 97.
And I'm sure in the back of his mind, he's probably feeling the worst here.
He definitely is now.
57.
Not this time, so he does get
Lewis,
a
you require
reprieve.
18.
He's already missed 3 at 36. Oh my.
No score.
That
Cloud, you
second
require
dart
40.
was gruelingly close.
Probably the first time this week Lewis Gurney can say he's legitimately missed a trick. He's going to
35.
get another chance.
Lewis, you require 18.
That could work out.
16.
This is not the ideal
Clow, you require 5.
second leg of the night. It's torture. And that
Games
is
on
the
second
kind of
leg.
shot that makes
Clow
you
Bevan.
feel another measure worse.
Third leg is Clow to throw first.
10
Game on.
missed darts at a double for Lewis Gurney. And the problems magnify for the young man.
140.
One of the strongest words in sport is withstand. You have to withstand.
60.
The next word, punctuate. What you do in a positive sense has got to be punctuated. It's got to be positive.
140.
It's like taking a kick to the solar plexus in the octagon.
60.
If you can withstand that, you've got a chance of punctuating next. You've got a chance to be positive.
81.
There are going to be times when, as a dart player, you're going to be the person who blows everybody away. We've seen it from people.
100.
You don't have to withstand much
Clow,
because
you
you're the
require
one who's constantly
140.
figuratively hitting people in the face. But this is double 16.
108.
And Bevan is striding confidently towards Saturday with 2 games to spare.
95. Clow, you require
All of a
32.
sudden, Cloud Bevan could be a rather helpful somebody for the other players in the field if he can get the job done in this game.
Game shot on the third
In
leg.
which he's a
Clow
leg away
Bevan.
from doing so,
Fourth leg is
because
Lewis to throw
as soon as
first.
he's
Game on.
qualified, he becomes an ally for Taylor, Kroner, De Souza. He picks the others apart.
131.
They can then plot their own path. He's already dealt with Pal Kroner tonight.
58.
He's got De Souza to come in game 6 in the evening, and then he finishes up against he finishes up against
60.
Dom Taylor in game 8.
$96.
Oh, that's good. Did you see him stop on dart 3 there? He's thinking, if I get a single 19, I'm going to leave
100.
a number I don't want. If I get that third dart up there, I can leave 3, 4, 7. He's got elite counting skills.
42.
Oh, that really gets my attention these days.
He works as a pundit. He should know his numbers.
Yeah, but that's one thing.
140.
Putting it into practice on the yoki, that is another different skill set.
41. Lewis, you require 70.
Well, to get something on the board, he's got a bit of time and space here, Lewis.
Game
that
shot on the
time
fourth
he does
leg,
get.
Lewis Gurney.
Back in the game, but
Fifth
Bevan,
leg is
to
Cloud to throw
qualify, has an
first.
opportunity to
Game
serve
on.
it out.
Bevan knows from last night that you can lose from 3-0 up.
21.
Lewis is very aware of everything that happens on a night like tonight. It's not his first rodeo. He's no greenhorn.
57.
You know what a greenhorn is?
Is it a type of ant?
59.
No. It's someone who is new to a very broad fishing boat,
60.
particularly on the Bering Sea when they fish for crab. So if you've never been fishing before and you're brand new to the job, you're a greenhorn.
60. 140.
Fishing.
I think it stems from Scandinavia. A lot of people who fish up there are from a Scandinavian
100.
background, particularly Norway.
Well, I didn't expect to learn that tonight, but thank you very much.
98.
Oh, this is rather ironic. Look what Gurney's left. That was the shot that Bevan broke Gurney with last night.
57. Lewis, you require 146.
Different route. Well, that was particularly aggressive.
105.
However, the scales are beginning to tip back in Lewis Gurney's favour here. Cloud Bevan's had a big drop-off. Gurney's just
100.
beginning to
Lewis, you
find a
require
better level.
41.
However, he's missed a big number. He's only going to give himself one.
No score.
Well,
Clow,
that,
you require
simply
104.
put, was a mess from start to finish. This is to send Cloud Bevan into tomorrow night's final. He's not going to get a dart, but Gurney has to go back to the
52.
start.
Oh, thank goodness it's
Those
only
require
41 that he
41.
bust. It's a single. It's not a brilliant one. Another one. A weird
Game
and
shot on the fifth
wonderful
leg,
end
Lewis
to a
Gurney.
very strange leg.
Sixth leg is Lewis to throw first.
He needed double eight in the
Game
previous one. This time he gets two of them.
Well, it's been a weird and wonderful day, let's be honest.
60.
It hasn't been dull. I think I said that to you off the air, didn't I?
Yeah? I think we left here. We went and got some food after, and I think both our brains were absolutely fried come the end of Group C this
125.
afternoon.
This is only week 3 of Series 15, but we've seen so many close races for the end of Group A campaigns. The last 2 weeks, we've seen 3 players on the
134.
same points going into the last 2 rounds for the last couple of weeks. It's been amazing.
180.
This is getting really interesting now.
97. Lewis, you require 161.
Wouldn't it be the first time in this group we've seen a 4-3 deficit overturned? And if anybody will know all about that, it's
97.
Cloud Bevan, because
Cloud,
he
you require
came back from 3 behind
145.
to beat Dom Taylor in his first game in Thursday's play.
One of those magic words
105.
that I was
Lewis
talking about
requires
earlier. It
64.
was withstand. He has withstood. Now he needs to sustain. Oh no.
54.
Now things could change yet again. Bevan wasn't even watching. He was expecting like 7.
Clow, you require
He might not need it.
40.
This to send himself through.
Game shot.
Cloud
And the
Bevan
match,
is
Cloud
into
Bevan.
Saturday night. He was the outsider of the 5 before dart was thrown yesterday evening, but he is the first player to book his place. He was a semi-finalist in the previous series. He's looking to make it through to a first Champions Week. That the tale of the tape. Simply put, Lewis Gurney spent too many opportunities at the outer ring, and Cloud Bevan punished as a result. He wins 4-2. He's the first player from Group B into tomorrow night's final. So here we go, game 4 of our Friday night here at the Live Lounge in Portsmouth. Before the break, Cloud Bevan was the first player to confirm of his place into tomorrow night's final, getting the better of Lewis Gurney by 4 legs to 2. And so next up, it is Pau Corona and Jose de Souza. And there's a possibility, incredibly, that one of these two don't actually make it to tomorrow night's final. The winner moves on to 6 points, level with Dom Taylor. The loser finds themselves a couple of points behind the 8
First
ball
leg is Jose to throw
with
first.
2 rounds of matches left to go.
Game on.
In terms of this evening, Corona lost 4-2 to Cloud Bevan. De Souza also went down by the same scoreline to Dom
84.
Taylor. And for Pau, well, to a certain extent, he was kind of the architect of his own downfall in that opener, because he started off well, 15 followed by an 11, but 10 missed
100.
darts at a double, allowed Bevan in, and once he got into his stride, there was no stopping the Welshman.
Yeah, I think in that first game, Corona was guilty of letting
60.
a tornado into his house because there was no getting rid of it after that.
$45.
I think the idea that one of these players was not going to qualify for Saturday night at the start of Thursday was inconceivable.
97.
I'm with you. I think it's a real possibility now. The only way that both of them get through is if both of them make sure that Dom Taylor is in the bottom 2.
139.
By the looks of it.
And by the way, this is not a potential contender to win the week. Let's get this right. Both players got the capability of winning a series here.
41.
This is a very big name player for this tournament that may not even get through the first stage of it.
Bit like Steve Lennon in Series 13.
59.
This is the equivalent of a big seed falling at the first hurdle at the World Championship if you're going to create a comparison. Corona here looking at
95.
158.
How you require 158.
Maybe 4 to take with 1,124.
$94.
That's a good
Jose, you
switch.
require 124.
Doesn't need that treble. That one will do.
130.
Calculation was
How you require
perfect.
64.
But the double 11 missed by a good centimetre on the inside. That's good news. He's got 2 darts if he needs them. Turns out he did.
56. Jose, you
can't bank
require
it.
11.
722.
7.
Well, Jose goes
How
his
you
own way,
require
but couldn't
8.
find a way through. And so Corona looking at 2 4s. His doubling has been problematic, and
require
that's being
4.
polite.
I think we're starting to see why one of these guys is probably not going to make it through.
Two.
This is one of those legs
How you require 4.
that both would like to forget. Someone's got to win it. But who?
2.
Nobody knows.
Jose, you
Here we
require
go then,
2.
double 1 shootout. Jose can see the funny side of it.
No score.
However, he won't be happy with the fact that he's
How you
spurned another
require
3.
2.
Corona's turn to the madhouse.
No score.
Yeah, ultra Madhausen.
Jose, you require 2.
You said silly darts was better than bad darts. That was better than good darts.
Well,
that is a good dart.
Leg, Jose de Souza. Second leg is Pau to throw first.
Saved himself the embarrassment of a 30 dart leg by getting it in 29.
Yeah, let's move on from that checkout success.
96.
Well, that takes care of the stats. Now it's just about the points, which is the way it should be, really.
140.
That was a leg that's probably more reminiscent of me and you having a little chuck backstage as opposed to a Group B match.
Don't get me involved in this stuff.
81.
Probably more me than you, admittedly.
Thankfully.
85.
Got there eventually.
However, if I had a 29 dart leg, I'd be running laps around this building.
140.
Notice how none of these players on the stage right now are laughing anymore. This is serious business. There's a lot on the line here this week.
140.
It's getting to the stage with this place because we've been here nearly 4 years. That if you're an amateur dart player at this level and you haven't won a week at Modus,
89.
people know it.
Jose, you require 136.
and the reason for that is the people who have won weeks tend to brag about it. Brag about this.
128. Power, you require 95.
Believe it or not, that could have been worse.
Double 16.
79.
It is just
Jose, you
not
require
happening.
8.
He has missed 20 darts at a double tonight, Pal Chrono. He's only into the second leg of his second
Age on
game.
the second leg. Jose
The
de
game
Souza.
which he trolls 2-0.
Third leg is Jose to throw first.
The Deutsche darters having a bit of a disaster here.
Game on. $136.
At the start of the week, I had one name on the end of my tongue when it came to a guarantee that he was going to make Saturday.
60.
And that was Krona.
Agreed.
Now I'm not so sure. His game
60.
against Dom Taylor, we have no idea just how important that's going to be. That is the last game of the group.
99.
He's got to make sure he's done it going into that game. And it probably is a case of if he's in it, that's going to be a knockout match.
Yeah, I think that's true. Get to that game and make it a
43.
shootout game. Have a shootout with Taylor. That's possible. If he were to lose this match,
58.
he's looking at beating Lewis Gurney and then hoping that Dom Taylor slips somewhere else.
140.
His two treble hitting tonight, Jose, has been really on point. For in this game, he had a plethora against Dom Taylor, even in
81.
defeat.
Jose require
And this,
122.
6 darts a 1-2-2 to go 3-0 to the good. Bomb Pal's got here is not just
82.
he finds himself on the wrong end of the scorelines, but this could be comprehensive, which means the damage that this could do to his leg difference could be
96.
really detrimental
Jose require
later on the
40.
season.
I agree because Dom Taylor's sitting on a +4 with more points.
Game shot on
What
the
De
third
Souza's
leg.
doing right
Jose de
now is he's
Souza.
blitzing Krona.
Fourth leg is Powell to throw
If
first.
he can win 4-0,
Game
Krona's leg difference will be 9 legs different to that of Dom Taylor. And as far as Jose is concerned, there could be an 8-leg swing coming.
180.
For Pal Krona, at this present moment in time, damage the limitation. If you can't win this game, win some legs.
135.
Go back to that Saturday night where Jimmy Van Schietrel, Darryl Pilgrim 3-0, won a couple of legs. Even though he lost the game, it was good enough to give him a 9-dart shootout. He'd win that and win the night.
83.
Not just that, that changed his career that night.
Agreed.
His entire darting life changed because he was able to get
140.
legs in a loss.
I remember when we first commentated together here, you said something which always
99.
resonates with me. Win big, lose tight.
Yeah, live by it. And Jose could be winning big.
123. Pi require 139.
He's going to get a look at the 103 for a 4-0
59.
dismantling
Jose require 103.
of Pal Krona.
Down the bottom, up the top.
Not for the first time
65.
tonight, as a
I
dart
require
tops
80.
veered off to the right. Krona's going to get an opportunity to save it, and he's going to get 2 in hand at double 10. Well, that just about
Game on the fourth leg,
squeezes into the
Falcona.
bottom corner. I think for a
Fifth leg
second,
is
he
Jose to
and
throw
we
first.
thought that
Game
landed in double 15.
If there was a dart you wanted to see that is in, thankfully,
85.
and you're not bothered about it being in the middle, that was it. He just needed a dart to get in the right bed. That's like your dog trying to sneak in the bed, but he just wants the
100.
corner. Doesn't care. Just wants a little slice of it. Speaking of slicing.
125.
Do you know what? Considering how many darts at double have been missed in this contest, the averages aren't that bad.
140.
24 missed darts at double. And they're both averaging in the low to mid 80s. That's quite admirable.
83.
You look at the scoring power pack. 6-1 treble visits, 6-2 treble visits for Jose. And that, a maxi for Pal Croner, his second of the contest, leaving himself an 81 after 9. Quickly followed by Jose de Sousa's first of the contest.
81.
You've got to expect it. And now you've got to punch back on that bullseye.
56.
Gave it
Jose,
every
you require
chance.
28.
But a miss as good as a mile, and Pal Croner, it could be in all sorts here. Because
shot.
Jose
And the
de
match.
Sousa seals
Jose
a
de Sousa.
4-1 win to put him on to 6 points in the group. Pal Croner looks absolutely perplexed as to how this evening started. Lost 4-2 against Cloud Bevan and now has lost 4-1 against Jose de Sousa. He cannot buy a double tonight. He's going to have to rectify that and quickly. He's probably going to have to win his last couple of games. Coming up next, Lewis Gurney and Dom Taylor win for the Tower. He moves on to 8. We're at the midway point of our Friday night here at the Live Lounge in Portsmouth. Before the break, Jose de Souza got the better of Pau Corona by 4 legs to 1. And for the German, he is in big bother in terms of qualifying through to tomorrow night's final. So, to the 5th game of the evening session, and it is a meeting between Dom Taylor and Lewis Gurney. For Dom, he can move himself on 8 points and pretty much see him reach out and touch Saturday night. As for Lewis Gurney, well, if he wins this, there's still work to do, but he's not out of the equation in terms of qualification. Loses this, then he's pretty much consigned to the Super Series scrap heap. But for Dom, it was a very,
Lewis to throw first.
Positive start to the night. 4-2 win over Jose de Souza, average around 92 and change, but it was the finishing which stood out. 4 from 7 on the outer ring, a 106 check out, and he just outmaneuvered Jose in that particular game. Jose scored well, but Taylor, when he was given an opportunity,
100.
and sometimes they were mid-range shots, he was able to convert when he needed to.
Yeah, Dom's got 6 points in this table right now, and 4 of them have come against de Souza. I do, however, have a theory as to why he's comfortable against Jose. Because when he was on tour, Jose was as well, and I do believe that they did have a lot in common
95.
when it came to management, things like that. So they might have spent a little bit of time in each other's company. You know what they say, the better the devil you know than the devil you don't.
140.
Just ask Steve and Tony West.
85. Dom, you require 161.
I'll tell you what, in another week, Gurney hits the bull in that shot. It just seems like no matter what he does,
83.
he's coming up against some sort of resistance. I've seen people play way worse than him and win Group B.
100. Dom, you require 78.
But we say it when we see these odd groups like this every now and then. There's somebody who's going to play well and just get no change. And this time round, Lewis Gurney is that player. He's expecting this to go.
Game shot on the first
And
leg.
it does go.
Dom Taylor.
The combination finishing of Dom was really good. Actually, the only
Second
darts
leg
he
is Dom
missed
to
at a
throw
double
first.
was a couple to go on and win the match. He was 3
Game
from
on.
3 prior to having a dart to beat de Souza.
$81.
I think if Lewis Gurney had qualified
100.
for Saturday night, he's not out of it yet. He's going to have to win his last 3 matches. He would bring his usual gathering of fans from West Sussex, just from over
135.
the county border. But remember, you can actually join us here on Saturday night.
100.
When it comes to any Saturday night in a series or a special week before the end of the year, we can't guarantee who's going to be there. But we can guarantee you a seat if you use that QR code and reserve
60.
your place. We know that Andy Barnes, the 23 Lakeside champion, is going to be here. We know that Asa Cansdale and Dylan Slevin are there. We know that Clow Bevan is going to be
59.
there. The other 2, we can't tell you that just yet. Stay tuned to Pluto TV and we will see you to the end of the session. But if you want your tickets for Saturday night, Tour of the Ockies around 7:45. You can get yourself in the building by 6:30.
83.
It's a really intimate venue where you can watch everything really close up.
And you can get
85. Dom, you
A Paul
require
Nicholson signature
142.
if you ask politely.
You may get one even if you don't. $60 off leaves 97, so that's 88.
88. Lewis, you require
That's me trying to
157.
predict his score.
Well, this for 2 zip.
97. Dom, you require 54.
Just feels like Lewis Gurney is deflating a little bit like a balloon here.
Game shot on the second leg. Dom
And
Taylor.
that is
Third
part
leg
of the
is
reason
Lewis
as
to
to
throw
why.
first. Game on.
Because every time he does something a little bit wrong, his opponents do everything right. 2-0 to the good. Dom
100.
Taylor is looking in very good nick here.
He's an imposing character at the best of times.
$140.
You can almost see from his reactions to every dart he throws. Everything has thought.
140.
Everything's got a process now, whereas before, I just don't think there was as much conscious thought in everything he was doing.
60.
It's part of his new process.
$77.
Got to give credit to the response of Gurney in this leg. However, Taylor trying to find the
95.
second trouble to leave himself on a finish, unable to oblige. So Gurney does have the luxury of 6 here from the 184 to reduce the gap back down to 2-1. So all he can do is
60.
ask questions of Dom and hope he folds. That's all he can do from this position.
I think for the rest of the night, it's about attitude for Lewis.
100.
You've got to have
Lewis
that
require
smash attitude.
124.
Every leg, just have that smash mentality of, right, I'm going to win this one. I'm going
84.
to play my game.
Dom,
I'm
you
just going to
require
keep going
106.
until there's no track left.
He's already taken this out once tonight. But he's not going to take it out a
67.
second
Lewis
time.
require 40.
That did not leave the hand cleanly at all. That did.
Game shot on the
And
third
Gurney's
leg.
back into the
Lewis Gurney.
contest.
Fourth
Ask
leg
the
is
question
Dom
of
to
Dom
throw
Taylor on
first.
throat.
It does
Game
feel
on.
like he's chasing ghosts, though. First game of the night, he just found it difficult to find the outer ring. Only 2 from 16.
100.
Bevan had the answers towards the end. It could have easily been a good chase for Lewis.
85.
You look at the way he plays, he looks so close. I don't know what kind of player you could grade him against. Who's the kind of player he could be
41.
if he had that extra gear? That little bit extra, that magical 3% that we're all looking for.
85.
Maybe Chaz Barstow. I think that's someone who he's played England with.
97.
I think that extra consistency that he's looking for, that would get him to the Chaz Barstow level. And that's about as good a compliment as I can pay him.
91.
Because Chaz is a 3-time weekly winner.
One of the greats. Hey, if you're comparing him to somebody who took a set off for Michael Van Gerwen at the World Championship, you're not doing half bad.
96.
I think if he keeps doing the right things over the next few months, I think 2027 could be a really good year for him.
94. Dom, you
But the
require
season doesn't end if you
167.
don't make the Saturday night in Series 15. If anything, something begins in about a week. And that is the process of trying to end the
81.
year on a high somewhere else.
Lewis require
And
146.
starting 2027 hot.
$60. Dom, you require
Just be a
86.
dart at the ball, but an opportunity nonetheless for Dom to move himself to clear. To a double 16.
Game shot on the fourth
His
leg.
doubling
Dom
tonight
Taylor.
has been
Fifth leg is Lewis
really
to throw
good.
first.
3 from 6
Game
in
on.
this game off the back of the 4 from 7 against De Souza.
Yeah, he's around the 50% mark, isn't he? That's
131.
world class. It's the new standard. The standard in the 1980s and 1990s was 33 to 35%.
100.
Coming into the noughties and up to about 2020, you were talking somewhere between 38 and 44%.
60.
What the 2-time Super Series champion Luke Littler has shown us in the last 3 years is that the new standard is 50%. If you can find a lot
59.
of games where you're 50% or better, that will give you success. We've seen it with Johnny Clayton. We've seen it with Gerwyn Price. We've seen it with Michael Van
60.
Gerwen. A little bit in the 2020s. We've seen it with Luke Humphries. But we've seen it with plenty of players like Derek Coulson here. You've got to be around that 40 to 50% now.
And look, let's get things right. Prior to everything that happened,
100.
Dom Taylor was comfortably sat in the top 64 of the world rankings. In terms of form, in terms of what he has been able to achieve, he is up there.
134.
And he's beginning to replicate the type of levels that we saw from him over the couple of years on tour.
But if I can be kind to him, there's still another level to find. We've seen it in this building before he went back to the tour.
100. Lewis, you require 116.
Three well-thrown darts. Honestly, he's got
Dom, you
very
require
little for his effort there.
142.
For the match and to put himself in control of his destiny.
56.
Well, doesn't pick
Lewis,
off
you
a
require
treble.
64.
Gurney's going to get 2 in hand at tops to keep the contest going. Double 10.
54.
It's not there. And the
Dom,
way
you
Dom's
require
finishing,
86.
you probably expect this type of combination to go.
Where have we seen this before? In the previous leg, we saw an 86 out, but this is a different way.
61. Lewis, you
There's half
require
an inch
10.
away from it being the same result.
Game shot on the fifth leg.
Gurney
Lewis
gets
Gurney.
it last dart. Back to 3-2.
Sixth leg is Dom to throw first.
Forces Taylor to serve it out.
Game
That's
on.
all he can do in this situation. But if he can get the break back, he will have the honour in the last.
Do you know what would be a really interesting week here? We gather 12 players who are largely seen as the best players who have not won a week.
100.
People like Ted Evans. Compile a list of 12 players. If you are
40.
a regular viewer of the Modus Super Series on Pluto TV, please get yourself a pen right now and a pad of paper and write down 12 names of dart players that are the best that haven't won a week.
134.
Fallon Sherrick. She's won the women's title, of course, but I'm talking about
60.
these weeklies.
Very well performed for that fact.
Exactly. You could have 12 players that have not won a week, and you stick them in a week, and then one of them's going to win one.
Tommy Morris ain't won one.
He's been in 2 finals. I mean,
140.
James Buckby's got to be there.
The kid's got game. And have a look at that. It's the 1-2-7
100.
potentially to end the
Dom, you
game.
require 127.
To put him on 8 points, to put him a win away. May not even have to win another game. Doesn't have to go for the ball. He's not going to.
87.
Plays it safe. Leads tops after 12.
This looks like it's the end
100.
for Lewis Gurney with 2 games to go.
Dom, you
for
require
Dom.
40.
8 points. Second position. And in a very good spot.
Game shot.
He is almost there.
Dom Taylor.
That is a win which could be worth its weight in gold for Dom Taylor. He's on to 8 points. He might not even have to win another game to qualify. One more will rubber stamp it, and that is because of that 4-2 success there against Lewis Gurney. Good performance, good result for Dom Taylor. Well, we're at the halfway point of our Friday evening here in Group B, and before the break, Dom Taylor got the better of Lewis Gurney by 4 legs to 2. The first player through, the only player through so far, is Clow Bevan. 10 points to his name. He is safely into Saturday night's final. Dom Taylor may not even have to win another game. He's on 8 points. 1 win would mathematically secure it. But the way this group's going, he may get it done in very short order anyway. De Souza in third, 6 points plus 2. But the player in the biggest trouble is Pal Kroner. I don't think anybody at the beginning of the week saw him as a player that wouldn't qualify for Saturday night. But it's a very real prospect now. And Lewis Gurney down the bottom, he's been unable to add to the 2 points that he got on Thursday. Well, we're going to see the table topper now. Cloud Bevan take on Jose De Souza in Game 6. And this, really, for Pal Kroner, is a game that he needs Cloud to win. And probably win by a bit of a margin, if the truth be told. Because of the 2 point deficit and also the 6-leg gap that Jose has in his favour against Pal. If he wins this game, Pal Kroner has to win his last 2 games. Otherwise, we know the 3 players that will qualify through
First
to
leg is
tomorrow
Cloud to
night's
throw
final.
first. Game on.
Isn't it funny how someone can be an enemy because
60.
they've beaten you twice, and then all of a sudden you want them to be your best friend by doing you a favour?
134.
It's actually a lose-lose situation for Bevan, who's already through, because he could potentially
100.
assist Kroner in his quest of making the top 3. And we don't know,
60.
maybe they would meet again on Saturday night and then he would bite him back. We've seen it before with Devin Peterson and Paul Hogan.
60.
But if he loses to De Souza, it actually could be De Souza that bites him on Saturday night. So it's a double-edged sword.
60.
What you got to do when you play in a group like this is be selfish.
100.
You do what's best for you. And do you know what that is? Keep winning. Just keep going. And let the chips fall as they may.
$127.
Well, we know what Jose's going to do here.
Do we? Are you confident?
145.
I am
Jose require
extremely
120.
confident.
Told you. I was not convinced he was going to go for it there. Just when you think you
80.
figured him out, you'll think of something else.
Now you require 36.
He's like an ever-evolving Rubik's Cube.
2 nights.
Yeah, this isn't going in.
You sure? Okay, you're right.
Tell you what,
18.
I'm going to give
Jose
him a round of
require
applause for
40.
getting close. I thought that was a disastrous lie.
Game shot on the first leg. Jose De
Well,
Souza.
he only needed 1 tops to win that particular leg. De Souza.
Second leg is Jose to throw
Yeah,
first.
just call him Paolo.
Game on.
Paolo one tops.
Well, part of the reason I thought that Jose might flirt with the 3 tops
55.
is because him and Clow were practicing with one another on the stage prior to play getting underway this evening. And we get to watch some of the
140.
practice darts on the monitor that we have here in the commentary box. And Clow took out the 3 double tops.
He sure did.
56.
He was saying to us last night, wasn't he? He was watching Jose practice last night. He was hitting so much.
140.
He should have his own chant, you know. He does what he wants. He does what he wants. Jose De Souza, he does what he wants.
And he does, because I
57.
had a message from a tour card holder, current tour card holder, who remains unnamed, who said
60.
that I used to practice 1-2-1 with him quite a bit when he was on tour, and the amount of times he left me on things like 26, 34 and 42
85.
was quite simply
Clow, you require
scandalous.
161.
That person shall remain unnamed.
$102.
Yeah, that'll work. That's another snippet of what Bevan can do in the calculating department.
80. Clow, you require
Can you
59.
imagine if De Souza had Bevan's brain? That is one dangerous dart player.
49.
Well, I did mention it for a reason, because he's on 168.
He does what he wants.
Jose De Souza, he does what he wants.
Clow, you require 10.
Can Bevan get the double 5?
Game shot on the second leg.
Well, the double
Clow
2 eventually
Bevan.
comes to his aid, and we're back on level
Third
terms
leg
at one
is Clow to
apiece.
throw first.
This must feel like a dream come true if you
Game
consider how much experience and form is in this group. You mentioned that Bevan was the outsider.
100.
This is a dream scenario. Every now and again, you've just got to stop and smell the flowers. He might do so at the end of this game. If he can get another win and get on to 12 points, he can look at
58.
that table and smell the flowers and say, I did that. I planted that. I watered that.
60.
Tops this group, he could put the flowers in the window.
$83.
I think we're going to go full Pulp Fiction there, you know, flowers on the wall. That don't bother me at all.
I was thinking more about the Scottish band
100.
Travis.
Oh, no. Playing Solitaire Till Dawn with a deck of 51. What a tune. That would make such a great walk-on song for someone.
60.
Bruce Willis made that famous in Pulp Fiction.
$59.
I am genuinely in shock, you know. I really did think it was going to be De Souza
140.
and Krona and someone else. It is amazing sometimes how wrong you can be.
142. Jose require 160.
That's really good. I've really enjoyed watching him play this week.
60.
He's
Now
bringing
you require
a little bit
40.
of darting intelligence to the Super Series. And he's flying with it. Flying to fours.
32. Jose, you require
However, failure
100.
to find 1 from 10 on the outer ring. Cloud Bevan has opened up this chance for Jose. He's only had 1 dart at a double, but he's taken that chance. He was looking at 2 tops
40.
and then persevered
Clow, you require
with
8.
the last one at the top target despite having 60 left.
Game shot on the
Does what
third
he
leg.
wants.
Clow Bevan.
Bevan mops up, leads
Fourth leg
2-1.
is Jose to throw
But
first.
how many times have we
Game
said
on.
that, though? How many mistakes are people going to make against Bevan? It's like he's a pigeon at the park and you just keep feeding him
86.
bread. By the way, you should never feed pigeons bread. It's bad for them.
They blow up.
140.
You know what a group of pigeons is called, right?
100.
I was thinking of crows.
It's a murder crows.
Yeah.
96.
Be funny if you had a pet crow and called it Taggart. Get him some friends and call it a murder.
83.
My brain, honestly.
133.
Do you like the answer?
Yeah,
They are called a parliament of pigeons.
of course they are. You would know that, being Mr. Politics around here.
105. Clow, you require 132.
Champagne or and game? Ah, he's a crafty devil. 54 would have left 28.
Jose require
He
127.
really has got all the shots, hasn't he? But has Jose got this shot? It's really important. Really important. Punch
Game
it.
shot on the fourth
Wonderful.
leg. leg, Jose
De Souza does what he wants.
Fifth leg is Cloud to throw first. Game on.
He'll throw for weird targets and then hits things like that. Jose de Souza in a nutshell.
60.
Only a second dart double in the match.
Some people only need 4 to win a game.
180.
We saw that from Dylan Slevin at one point today.
140.
This game looks a little bit better than the averages suggest. What is this? Oh, you've got to be kidding me.
120.
Well, we're not going to get a literal 9, but we can still have the Phantom 9. Michael Smith hit one at the World Championships.
100.
Martin Lukman hit one at the Slam.
Yeah, he's got a lot of money from that to defend this year if he can get through the qualifiers.
Yeah, I think he knows that. Oh, come on.
177.
Has this happened at the Super Series before? I don't think it has.
60.
The
Jose
Phantom
requires
9.
24.
The Phantom
Game
9
on the
is
fifth
got by
leg,
de
Jose
Souza. That is
Sixth leg
absolutely
is Jose to
incredible.
throw first.
Special from the special one.
Game on.
That's rarer than a 9-darter.
137.
And not a flicker. He's just got on with it. Got the 3-2 lead. Okay, I've got a job to do.
I'll be honest, he probably didn't have a clue why Cloud Bevan was giving him a fist bump
60.
for.
There are 10 darters, then there are 10 darters like that.
60.
Can't believe we didn't give him the fanfare.
Just when you think you've seen it all.
100.
I mean, that is something I've seen twice in the last few decades.
I'd say the only other time it springs to mind is Michael Smith for the Worlds.
58.
As you mentioned Martin Lukman there, but de Souza with a Phantom 9.
60.
But importantly, that aside, it's a breaker throw which put him 3-2 to the good, and he has the darts here to get the job done.
Well, that's the most important thing right now, isn't it? He's got to get to a finish. And of course he doesn't.
81.
I said that then because I knew he was going to stay on the 20s. Do you think Bevan would have stayed on the 20s on 185? He would have gone for the bull. Oh, this is really precarious, you know.
25.
And what we saw from him yesterday on 140 was 60 go for 2 tops. If he gets the treble 20, I wouldn't be surprised if he tries the same shot.
100.
This is
Jose require
probably the right moment to
140.
do that.
We're not going to see any fanfare from Jose. Bevan will return for 81 to
55.
take us the distance.
Clary require 81.
I've almost forgot he's existed in this game because of what's happened the last few minutes. But it's the bull.
56.
But it skews
Jose
off to the
require
left.
85.
South might be looking at that target to finish here as well.
Don't lose your line here. Double 9. Please get it right. If you're not sure, ask. And if you
Shot.
are sure,
And the
hit the
match.
thing.
Jose de Souza.
That's a big result for de Souza. And a massive result for Paul Kroner in the wrong sort of way. That game had a little bit of everything. The Phantom 9, 4 out of 4 on the doubles. That's escaped us. But de Souza's done himself a lot of good by winning 4-2.
Welcome back to the Modus Super Series. Before the break, Jose de Souza got the better of Cloud Bevan by 4 legs to 2. A perfect doubling display from the special one, 4 from 4. And we also saw a Phantom 9 from the special one in there. So to game number 7, and it is a meeting between Pal Krona and Lewis Gurney. Simply put, Pal Krona's got to win both his games, probably win them by a landslide, and then hope things work in the middle. Now, to match Jose de Souza, that's impossible. Because, well, no, it can be possible. 8 points plus 4 is what Jose's on. The best Pal Krona can do is that as well. Now, obviously, with the legs, and he would win. He would be above him on the legs 1. That's the only metric he can top him by. He does play Dom Taylor in the last game of the night. However, Lewis Gurney has a bit of a point to prove.
Yeah, he does. Lewis Gurney is not going to qualify
100
for Saturday night on this occasion, but he's got to play Krona and he's got to play de Souza. If he can bash them
58.
by starting well and keeping it going, well, by beating Krona, he's going to do de Souza a massive favour. But if Krona can get over Gurney
100
and then Gurney can then get over de Souza, there is a possibility there.
93.
By coincidence, it's actually worked out that if Krona's going to get out of this really sticky situation,
59.
this is the way he'd draw it up.
170.
He'd want to win this game heavy and then want this guy to win heavy in the next one.
$46.
Problem is, leg one's not gone to plan.
Not yet. Not yet.
180. Lewis require 124.
Has to go, Lewis. Ball has to go.
99.
And he was a smidgen away from getting.
62.
Do you want to get a little bit closer, Lewis? Double 16.
30.
He's not been
Lewis
brilliant on
require
it tonight.
25.
Double 8. Not ideal, but he
Games on the
gets
first
there.
leg. Lewis goes.
And I suppose
Second leg is Powell to throw first.
if you're Pal Krona,
Game
who relies so much, sometimes stubbornly, on double 16, we saw him split 36 to go for that target. It's all well and good when you're finding it. But if that target's going awry and you're constantly neglecting other doubles to go for that self-same target, that becomes a bit of an issue
85.
rather quickly, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. It absolutely does. But we look at this young man with very keen eyes because we know how talented
87.
he is. His reputation is very broad. A lot of people in the UK know who he is and what he does. He's very well known in the Netherlands because he won the Dutch
100.
Open. He is vastly well known in Deutschland. But to say he's the finished article would be arrogant.
140.
He's not the finished article, but he is a tremendous prospect.
The thing is, he doesn't think he's that. He still thinks there's gears to go.
56.
He
By
knows that there's
require
still areas
140.
which he needs to polish. Can he polish up the 140? Can he polish it up?
124.
All is well. He is coming back.
Problem is, double A's been just as problematic.
140. Pyro requires 16. Games
He's
on the
got it
second
this time.
leg. Pal Krona.
It's 1-1.
Third leg is Lewis to throw
What he's got to
first.
start doing here is
Game on.
accelerating because I don't think a 4-3 victory helps him.
60.
Well, just to give you some sort of an indication as to how sticky this situation is. This is stickier than Sticky the
55.
Stick Insect stuck on a sticky bun. The words of Rowan Atkinson. Never a truer word
100.
spoken. Trust me, if Krona gets out of this, he might be a god.
136.
Because I just don't see it.
133.
Well, Krona's hoping to be a messiah, but Lewis Gurney's hoping to be a very naughty boy.
140.
Well, 140 to leave the fish.
He's hit one this week, but not to finish a leg.
94. Power you require
He
170.
does like to fish.
The last German player to win a pro event
130. Lewis require
hit one to win
114.
it in Gabe Clemens. Oh, look at that. He's wiring everything. It has not escaped
58.
my
Power
attention
require
that all
40.
of the misses he's had have been right on the wire.
James on a third leg.
As a
Power
result,
corner.
he is now 2-1 down.
Fourth leg is Power to throw first.
I'm going to say it again.
Game
Lewis
on.
Gurney is just this close to finding an astonishing level of form. He's just got to stay
60.
resolute. He's got to stay within himself and not get too down because his form is so close.
57.
Well, because Corona got the break there, he really does have an opportunity to seize the initiative. Wins this, moves 3-1 to the good. I think he has to win this game 4-1. I don't know about you.
91.
4-2 is livable, but 4-3 could be disastrous. And obviously, loses the game, he is gone.
60.
Well, that's the thing because Corona does have 2 games left, doesn't he? He's got Dom Taylor in the last one.
140.
He's got to get in that neighbourhood of about 3 legs, maybe. Give himself a little bit of wiggle room.
140.
And we have seen it on Monday afternoon. It's a very different situation, admittedly, because Friday nights are one thing, Monday afternoons are a different thing. It's just a building process.
58.
Friday night is putting the cherry on top. But we did see against De Souza in game 14 on Monday how well
98.
Kronig
I
can
require
play the end of the schedule.
152.
He's going to need that again in spades.
Well, Corona unable to provide the 1-5-2. All about leaving it handy and hoping that Gurney doesn't take out the 1-4-6. But if there's one check out you want to get more than anything else, is this, because it's caused him so much pain. He's not going to get. So Corona will get 2 in hand to lead this game 3-1. To put himself within a leg of the first big win that he
71.
needs.
Power you require 52.
He's not had fun here.
James
But
on
he
the fourth leg,
perseveres
Power
and
Corona.
eventually he gets double 16.
Fifth leg is Lewis to throw first.
Well,
Game
having
on.
gone missing for so long, eventually for Pau Corona, double 16 is found.
100.
And the way things are going for Gurney,
180.
he could probably average 167 and lose a match.
100.
I don't remember the last time I saw anybody have this much bad luck in a group.
125. 100.
He's in a position to win 4-1. He said he needed to.
85.
Jose's knees will be knocking when he's playing Lewis Gurney in game number 9. But one thing we do know is that if
83.
Jose wins that game,
111.
he will make it through.
Joe 17. Unable to get there.
39.
This feels like a
Lewis
pivotal
require
exchange.
180.
Every exchange for Pau Corona from here is of mammoth proportions.
I'm amazed
42.
that Lewis went for
Power
18s
requires
first
72.
on 118. He needs it one more time.
56. Lewis requires 76.
We'll stay there. Double 18.
Gage
That
on the
could hurt
fifth
Pau
leg,
Corona. He may
Lewis
still win
Gurney.
this game, the
Sixth leg is
German.
Pau to throw first. Game on.
But every single leg has such an importance attached to it for him right now.
83.
Lewis doesn't owe Powell any favours, especially after last night. Corona did him with 101
55.
average.
Yeah, he's going into this with the mindset of, I'm not your pal, pal.
59. 77.
You know, when I was growing up, Pal was dog food. True story. I don't know why, but all dog foods were named after
99.
the ways you would call a friend. Like chum, or chap, or pal. They were all dog foods.
39.
See, I've always said the word pal, and that's mainly because I don't like saying the word mate, because everybody says mate.
Oh, that's a
140.
delicious start. And ironically, the biggest finish that Corona had against Gurney yesterday was 120.
100. Power you require 120.
He's going to go for bull. He's going to get it twice, is he? Well, the lie's not great. He's going to have to find an angle. This is as hard as it gets.
73.
Well, that would have been unbelievable if Corona would have got that. Should come back for 2 more match darts. This time he can't afford to faff around.
47.
Gurney leaves himself on the big fish. This to wrap it up. To give himself a small sliver of hope.
Game shot. And
He
the
does
match
have a
for
chance,
Corona.
but my word, has everything from here on in got to be perfect for Pal Corona. He gets the better of Lewis Gurney by 4 legs to 2. All he can do now is win his last game against Dom Taylor big and hope that Dom don't beat Cloud Bevan after the break, because if he does, he's through to tomorrow night's final.
want to be doing it in 3. He'll want to be doing it in 3 for the match. He does it in 3 for the match. Take a bow.
Well, he's waited all week for one. And he's finally got one, the second biggest.
Second leg, Johnny Van Tribe.
Double 16 for a 1-3-7.
Heading for 19s. Oh, he couldn't get it back to back. Huge checkouts. 142, 150. Oh, look at that. Double 18 for a 156.
Send yourself through to Saturday. But John Henderson renders that.
And that's the first treble. Tops. Oh, what a shot! What a shot from Osborne.
There's no such thing as a guarantee, isn't that right, James?
Game shown the 5th.
That's right, James.
Shot like this because it's 2 darts at the same target. Only needs to find one of them to leave the ball. Gets the ball.
Leg, Josh Richardson. Paul Hogan.
Yeah, let's have a look at next week then, shall we? Group A sees Steve Beaton and John Henderson in there. Former weekly winner Danny Van Tripe as well. Group B sees one of the best players not to win a week here in Ted Wood-Everts returning alongside Colin Osborne and Paul Hogan. And then we're going to meet the Richardsons in Group C. Josh and James amongst the action. Back to tonight, Cloud Bevan playing his last game of the group. Safely through with 10 points to his name. A win here against Dom Taylor would see him finish on 12 and would leave Dom having to sit around and wait to see what his fate is. If he wins this match, Dom, then he's into Saturday night. And when you consider when the first dart was thrown in anger on Monday morning, when Paul Kroner and Jose de Souza were battling it out on Monday, Dom Taylor was not even in the field. What a bonus opportunity this has been, and potentially a bonus opportunity he could really, really seize here.
First leg is Dom to throw first. Game on.
When Dom was installed in the field earlier in the week, it was on Monday.
100.
By the end of Monday's session, we looked at the initial odds with the compilers and we were in shock
60.
because they had him as favourite immediately. Shorter than Kroner, shorter than de Souza,
46.
shorter than Slevin, shorter than Bartons. And they really got Group C wrong
140.
by a very large distance. However, Taylor has got his destiny in his own hands
60.
in his last couple of games. And he might prove the odds compilers right.
180.
Only he would know how to deal with the first dart going in like that.
Yeah, not many people can do that. Robert Owen.
85.
Justin
Claudio Acquire
Pipe.
121.
I'm stretching.
No, David Evans can't do that.
45.
Because if he did, he would have told us all about it.
Don't question a 3-time weekly winner.
97. Claudio
You know he's
Acquire
gonna be watching.
76.
Oh, I'm expecting a WhatsApp.
Are we expecting a 76 out?
56.
Oh my, that one came out a bit weird.
Dom, you acquire 113.
His combination finish has been on point tonight. But that
93.
tops just drops low.
Claudio
Bevan
Acquire
free in hand, a
20.
double 10.
Game shot on the
That'll
first
work.
leg. Cloud Bevan.
That leg win
Second leg is Cloud to throw
is
first.
very good news
Game
for Paul Kroner. We said it, didn't we?
60.
At the top of the show. If Bevan's going to come through this game situation in this group, he's going to have a good start. Because if it came down to this match,
24.
I would have been doubtful. But the fact that he's the one who's had it done with 2 games to spare just goes to show his composure. His board management has been right up there. Elite with Killian Heffernan this week.
$100.
Unfortunately, Heffernan just left it a little bit too late today. And in the Group C situation, Bevan got it done with games
60.
left. That is really impressive.
Yeah, he's dealt with an overnight lead better than his fellow Welshman Mike Warburton did earlier on this afternoon. Heartbreak for him.
137.
So we know so far it's Barton's, Cansdale, Slevin, Bevan into Saturday night.
60.
He felt like he had to stay straight, and he's done a really good job there, has Dom.
$130. Don't you require 140?
If he doesn't take this out, he risks being 2-0 down. Sometimes you've just got to stay there, and I think he did the right
100.
thing. You don't have to go tops.
Require 91.
I just wants to double check the location of that. Can understand why. 99.
82.
He's trying to save the shot with the shoulder there. He knew it was coming late. Well, better there than in the 20, I guess. But now it's got to go in.
Game shot on the second leg.
Well. That went well in the end, didn't it?
All's well, but ends well for Dom Taylor.
That is the biggest exhalation he's had all week. He's under pressure now.
It's all right playing in floor events, but you really don't know where you're at until you're put in these types of situations.
Do you know what?
60.
We used to talk about, I'm doing this with inverted commas, by the way, floor tournaments. Nobody would see a thing.
121.
I've played in many Players' Championships, UK Open qualifiers, qualifiers for the Grand Slam and things like that. All on the floor with no streaming. And people have these anecdotal stories about, oh, he did this and he did this. And remember when Vincent van der Voort had 5-12 darters and a 6-0 win? And people said, oh, it happened, but it was anecdotal. What we see now are more boards streamed than unstreamed. Think about it.
100.
Streamed in a way of there's a live score, or there is actual cameras and a broadcast
100.
on a board like this. How many genuine tournaments these days don't have any sort of tracking? So there's pressure based on people's opinions of your performance. So this is something that
60.
young players are more prepared for than they ever have been because it's the norm.
60.
Bevan leaves himself on a finish. Taylor should leave himself handy from here. Probably feel like he's got 6 from this 200.
47.
Just beginning
Now
to
you require
tighten up
160.
though a little bit. We'll watch that as this game develops.
100. Dom, you
Just me,
require
or was that dart
153.
thrown really fast on dart 3. One of the benefits of his angle of attack is that when he does go for the single 20 here, if he gets it,
requires 60.
there's nothing in the way of tops. Nothing at all.
50. Dom, you require
Well, 6 darts ago,
130.
Taylor was on 200. Since then, He has only been able to deposit 87 points.
$57.
This feels like a really edgy game.
Game
A game that Bevan is winning. That is another break of throw. 3 in a row in this match.
Game on.
You know what we said yesterday about you can't practice pooping yourself? This is exactly the situation for Dom Taylor right now.
140.
This is exactly the situation where he's not been here before in such a long time. This is all brand new. It's like starting again. And yes, he's played well
47.
in inverted commas floor events, in open tournaments, in an ADC tour weekend. This is so different.
57.
I know what you're saying. He has no experience of how he feels right now. You are relying
99.
on instinct. And instinct alone.
100.
But he's going to be, whatever happens here, these situations is what he has built himself back up for. Irrespective of what the outcome is, this is what he wants to experience again, what he wants to learn again, how he's going to deal with these pressure situations.
Oh, absolutely. I'm reminded of a situation, I think it might have been back in 2008. Mervyn King had an abscess on his tooth. And all of his preparations for the World Match Play were scuppered. And with an abscess, he made the semis.
Claudio Quai 146.
Still made the semi-finals. Sometimes you've just got to grind and do it a way that
59.
you don't know how. And just let your natural instinct swim in a pool of uncomfortable stuff.
Has got 2 bites of the cherry, of course. Even if he loses this game, he takes on Pal Corona the last. Still has his destiny in his own hands.
Claudio
Just
Quai
doesn't want to get to
87.
that point. But he might be forced to. Bevan takes his 8-7 out. He has a 2-leg lead. Bullseye. 2-leg lead he's
On the
got.
4th leg, Clow Bevan.
Dom Taylor heads back to the table. He knows he has it all to do
5th
from
leg
here.
is Dom to throw first.
He likes that bullseye, doesn't he? Is that his 3rd bullseye checkered in this group?
Game on.
If that man was a bag of crisps, he'd be unruffled. Or for anybody watching in North America, a bag of potato chips. He hasn't shown any emotion at all. Which, if I may say so, is very
140.
un-Welsh. They're dragons, aren't they? Like Justin Smith and Jamie Lewis and all of the pros that we all love.
100.
But he's kept his cool. He's been part Gedwin Price. He's been part Iceman.
96.
From Dart 1, I have been mightily impressed with Cloud. And look, sometimes he's not putting numbers that are anything to write home about, but he does the right things in the right situations.
140.
Every now and then he might pile in something. He might find a mid-range shot just when an opponent's missed a few darts at a double.
98.
His gameplay has been absolutely spot on.
Yeah, I think if you were going to do some work experience on the game plan of a player this week, I think Bevan is the perfect test case. I do not remember him doing anything wrong.
57. Claudio Quai 167.
The only thing he's done was miss maybe the odd double here and
55.
there. But in terms of the way he's gone about his business,
Dom Quai 144.
he's controlled the controllables.
Yeah, it's not about the execution. It's about what he's gone for and why. He does have 112 to win this game by 3 legs, which would be
58.
Christmas
Quai
for
112.
Corona.
He's going to get a dart at double 16. And he just misses it on the inside. Last chance saloon
86.
for Dom Taylor. Hail Mary time for the tower.
That's not good. Can't use the single to get to a double now. Needs the treble 14.
38. Clowie requires
Has to hope
16.
that Bevan spurns through a double 8. And he just
shot.
about
And
smothers
match,
it in with the
Cloud
last.
Bevan.
Cloud Bevan gets the better of Dom Taylor by 4 legs to 1. And we still don't know who else is going to go through. For Cloud Bevan, what a campaign he's had. Playday 1-6, 12 points. He's been impressive from first dart to the very last. Coming up after the break, Jose de Souza, he could seal his place through if he gets the better of Lewis Gurney.
We've still got 2 more games to go in Group B in Week 3 of Series 15. But Cloud Bevan has been through for quite some time. He's just finished his campaign with a win over Dom Taylor, who sits in 3rd position at this point, but he has got Paul Kroner to play in game number 10. We will be seeing Jose de Souza in the next game against Lewis Gurney, who has been eliminated. But before we do so, we're going to grab a word with our friend from Wales because he's had a very good campaign.
Clown, many congratulations into Saturday night. From first start to last, it was really, really impressive from yourself. It felt business-like a professional job, really well done.
Yeah, obviously, yeah, coming into tonight, I was just thinking just get a few wins early and then hopefully it'll take the pressure off me, but this group was so close. It was so close last night, and I feel like every result tonight has been so close. So when I got the 2 wins early, I kind of relaxed a bit, not knowing 100% if I was through or not, but yeah, luckily I'm through.
Yeah, how did you find out that you're actually into Saturday night? Because you didn't actually know when you won that second game, did you?
No, normally I'm probably the first one to look at the numbers, averages and all that stuff, and I thought there's no point tonight because I just need as many wins as I can because the group was so tough. In my head I was thinking even if I get 2 or 3 wins it might still not be enough. So, but yeah, when I got back from I think my second game, I thought, okay, I've got a good chance. But yeah, I wasn't 100% sure until that last game.
Felt like your timing was a key trait this week. You had some decent numbers in there, but there was a couple of games where you really had to scrap away and you had to take out some decent shots at big times.
Yeah, I think that's what's frustrating about my game at the minute. I think I've shown over the last 2 nights what I can do, but it's just a case of when they don't go, it seems a bit of a struggle. But I know if I can sort of take those chances and bring those numbers up to what I know I can do, I should be fine. But yeah, it's just trying to find that more consistent level, I think, going into tomorrow.
Into another Saturday night. Made the semi-finals in the previous series. You know you can mix it with these boys, but what do you feel like you've got to do to get over the line and get into a first Champions Week?
I think I've just got to start strong. It's going to be a tough night tomorrow night, so I've just got to start strong. And my scoring's been okay this week again, so I know if I can score well enough, I'm going to give myself some chances. So once those chances come, I'm going to have to take them. If not, I'm going home. So it's going to be a tough night tomorrow.
Well done, and we'll see you tomorrow night. Congrats, Clout.
Cheers, Henry. Thank you.
Always nice to hear from Clow, who has done a wonderful job this week. He has not only qualified, but he's won this group. So he's done on 12 points and a leg difference of +5. He's right. Things have been close. From a points perspective, maybe not for him because he is in the distance. But there have been a lot of close results. This one yesterday wasn't close because Gurney beat De Sousa by 4 legs to 1. But now that Lewis knows he's not returning to Saturday night,
first leg is Jose to throw first.
He's got to try and spoil the Jose De Sousa party. But we can reveal what Jose needs to do to make Saturday night on debut.
58.
He needs 1 leg. He needs to do what Andy Barton's did on Wednesday afternoon. And when Barton's won that leg,
57.
He denied De Sousa Group A. So it's amazing how things turn around. I'm not sure how much Jose knows. But the one thing we do know is that Gurney is very aware that he's not coming back later tonight. We sincerely hope you're coming to attend on Saturday night. Because if this man does get a leg, you'll get to see him up close. If you're not coming already, you can still be here. Come and join us.
58.
This is a sprint. The finish line is not far away.
140.
And what a night it has been for Jose. The Phantom 9. The incredible performance against Clow Bevan. The only person to beat him tonight.
Jose
4 out of 4 on the doubles. But one more double will get him into his first finals night.
42.
Doesn't matter that he's missed a single there.
$39. Jose, you require
Just so
40.
happens that it's tops again.
Game
And it's
on the
tops
first leg.
that
Jose
puts him
De Sousa.
into
Second leg is
Saturday
Lewis to throw first.
with Bevan.
Game on.
Only 1 spot left.
85.
It is going to be between the last 2 people playing. It's going to be Taylor or Corona. What a story.
60.
Jose is playing like he has absolutely no idea that his mission has been accomplished.
40. $100.
I think one of the questions we should ask De Souza come Saturday night, pre-action at 7:30 is, when was the last time you played 6
44.
days in a row? Well, I can confidently say that back in 2020, at the PDC Summer
60.
Series, the Autumn Series, and the Winter Series, they were 5 days in a row, not 6.
140.
This might, in fact, be the first time he's ever played 6 days in a row.
60.
Welcome to the Life at the Modus Super Series.
Yeah, you've become accustomed to it. Maybe the only other time could well be the Grand Slam, but
140.
there's usually a gap between days with the quarterfinals. It probably is the first time.
$137. Lewis, you require 52.
Lewis has still got a game to win.
20.
And that
Jose, you
typifies
require
how things have been
84.
going for him. Just on the wrong side of all the wires. And when he misses, his
Game
opponent
on the
always
second
hits.
leg, Jose De Souza.
There's only so much you can
Third leg
take.
is Jose to throw first. Game on.
Two 0 to Souza.
Do you know how
63.
unlucky Gurney is? He would probably win a ticket to the moon in the lottery and land on Mars.
60.
He should not be deterred. He was put into this amazing group earlier in the week.
180.
It may not see it on this table,
140.
but he can mix it with these guys, and if you can, you're a great player. His confidence should not be dented this week.
24.
This is another learning curve for Lewis in what has been a pretty tricky season.
57.
Think about the clientele he's with. Jose De Souza dropped off tour last year from a Grand Slam champion. It was only 4 years ago that De Souza was world number 6.
180.
So darts like that. Pal Krona, who is the number 2 in the WDF. Dom Taylor, of
98.
course,
Jose require 54.
spent the last few years on tour himself. This is a 3-0. Are we safe in
34.
saying that Jose De
Lewis,
Souza
you
has
require
no clue about
146.
permutations?
He's probably never heard that word before.
96.
I'd like to know what it is in
Jose,
Portuguese.
you require 20.
I'm sure there's an app for it.
Game
That's
on the
3-0.
third leg, Jose De Souza. Fourth leg is Lewis to throw first. Game on. $45.
I've
60.
just Googled it, but I don't want to say it because I don't want to say it wrong.
96.
Permutashuez or something like that. It's one of those C's with a little half 5 underneath, which you get in
100.
Portuguese, Spanish, and French. It's a particularly tricky language, Portuguese.
140.
But if somebody comes up to him and says, "You've qualified for Saturday," when he leaves the stage, the only thing he's going to say is obrigado.
96.
Because we know that one.
Thank you is what it means.
60.
Translated.
$43. Lewis, you require 160.
Come on, Lewis, get yourself some. That is really good.
128.
We will give you the full
56.
permutations
Lewis, you
going into the
require
next
32.
match.
Game
When
on
this
the fourth
one's
leg,
over.
Lewis Gurney.
This one
Fifth
isn't
leg
over
is
yet.
Jose to throw first. Game on.
Lewis Gurney's only win in this group came against De Souza yesterday. It's his only win.
95.
7 games without a win.
And at that point, if you'd said to anybody, after that 102 average, that's the only win you're going to get, I don't think
96.
anybody would have believed it.
Darts can be a silly game.
100.
But Jose De Souza's making it look ridiculously easy.
He's got 4 maximums.
100.
On multiple occasions this week, we've seen people lose with 4 maximums in a match.
140.
His concentration around that 60 is absolutely sickening.
Really is brewing again, isn't he?
45.
Really
Jose, you
brewing
require
again.
86.
There's been a lot of positive signs this week from Jose. Doesn't have to chase the bullseye. 68 left. Double 10 to get it wrapped up.
Game
And
shot.
to finish
And
with a
match.
fanfare. Jose De Souza's into Saturday night. And he gets over the line with a brilliant performance. The special one is into what is a special night here of the Super Series. Hoping to make it through to the special week. It wasn't quite a special performance, but it was a very good performance from Jose De Souza. 4 from 6 on the doubles, average over 93. He's comfortably through. And after the break, we have got a big one. Kroner, Taylor for the last spot through. Before the break, we saw Jose de Sousa seal his place through to tomorrow night's final. 10 points, good enough for the special one to seal his spot into Saturday night here at the Super Series and to join Cloud Bevan into the finale. And I'm happy to say that Jose joins me here in the studio to talk about his week here at the Live Lounge. Jose, many congratulations into Saturday night. First of all, what's your first thoughts and feelings having got through?
Well, first of all, thank you very much. This week was to enjoy, just come here to compete. Actually, these young players, I know they make a lot of work in the board and they push a lot. Thank to all the staff for the way they receive me and for the players. They are great Martins over there. My feelings, it's great right now, so qualify for tomorrow, more than happy.
So is it fair to say before the week began, you kind of set no goals or expectations, you were just going to see how the games went?
Exactly, I just come here to compete because, you know, my tennis Uber right now it's finished at the moment, no pain, nothing. So I come here to enjoy and try to make the qualifier for tomorrow, and I did it. And so
there's a lot of
it's great news for me.
Absolutely, and we saw some great things from you this week. What in particular has stood out? What's been the part of your game this week that you've been the most pleased with?
Sorry, can you repeat?
What's been the part of this week in terms of the way you've played? What's been the part of your game that you've really been happy with? Scoring, finishing, what's really impressed you?
Well, I think my finish it's better than before. So I enjoy when I come and I have space or not. I just 80% of the legs I make my doubles on the first or the second dart. So it could make a big difference in this kind of tournaments. When if I play in my niveau, it's difficult to catch me. But if the other player comes closer, so it's important to finish in the first opportunity or the second. I think that's one more difference I make in this weekend. My finishes was good and some good averages.
It's certainly clicking together, and we've seen some fantastic moments. You've been great fun to watch over the course of the last few days, and in particular tonight. And earlier on this evening, you did something that we've never ever had here at the Super Series, in the fact that you hit a 10 darter with the bounce out. We call it a Phantom 9 darter. You can see it down here on the monitor there. So the first one goes in, and then we'll watch Cloud throw a few darts here.
And the third drop to the floor, I think, 120.
Well, we can see it here. So the first one goes in. That's plumb. That's perfect for you. The second one goes in, and then
was in, but
it was almost too good a dart because it cuts right in the middle of the other two, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And so from here on in, we'll watch Cloud throw again. So 201 scored, and was there a bit you were thinking, right, let's be perfect from here on in?
Yeah, because, you know, with that dart, you missed the opportunity to make 9. But then, with another under 77, you have the choice or the opportunity to make 10, so it's a great leg.
And then the double 12 left. We're going to watch that now on the monitor.
Just in the middle.
It was perfect, wasn't it? Absolutely perfect.
Yeah.
Look just like that.
Looks easy.
It does look easy. When it's like that, it looks incredibly easy, doesn't it? Just one more for me then. Into tomorrow night's final. What would it mean to you if you were able to lift the trophy? You said you set no expectation at the beginning of the week, but this would be an amazing bonus for you if you could win tomorrow night.
Of course it is, because, you know, so many time outside of the stage and no competition at all. So if I catch the final tomorrow, for me it's a big trophy for me.
Great to hear. And it's been fantastic watching you here this week. There's been so many people watching at home that's really enjoyed watching you play on the big stage again. It's been great to have you here, Jose. Many congratulations. We shall see you tomorrow night. We have still got one more game to go on this Friday evening, and it's an important one between Pau Krona and Dom Tate. So who's going to join Jose? So who's going to join Cloud Bevan and the others into Saturday night's final? I'm going to make my way across to the commentary box to watch this one in the company of Paul Nicholson.
That was such a lovely interview with Jose. He looks so relaxed. And if we may say so, he looks like he's worked very, very hard. He's played 23 games of darts this week. And he has succeeded in making Saturday night. Now we have to turn our attention to this final match of Group B. So who's going to make it and how? Krona needs to win this game, but he needs to win it by a margin. It's pretty simple. Dom Taylor needs 2 legs from this match, and he would make Saturday. Meaning, if Paul Krona can win by 4 legs to 0 or 4 legs to 1, he would make it. The sticky situation that Krona's been in
44
since he started very well on Thursday night, beating Taylor by 4 legs to 2. He's constantly come up against barriers.
81.
Now he's got to clear those barriers, and he's got to clear them with ease.
Paul Krona does not want to fall into the George Cressy trap.
96.
Come close to winning Group A and then not get out of Group B.
We've seen it before with Bartons. We've seen it with Bradley Brooks. Many examples of it.
Lee Cox springs to mind.
100. $97.
It's all well and good. You're coming into your last game of the campaign and needing to win it and treating it like a final. But in how many finals do you have to win by a margin? That only happens in this format.
Which Dom will be more adept to than Pal. He's played a couple of times in pairs tournaments. He's played in the European Super League. But Dom's got experience of doing it here. I also wonder as well, the fact that when I was speaking to Jose, they spent a lot of time just going back round the board. I just wonder whether that's heightened the nerves a little bit as well.
If anything, it'll help. Dart players, when they're feeling a little bit jittery, the one thing they want to do is throw.
140.
Standing still and waiting is not what they want to do. They want to throw because they can control that process. If Taylor takes this 99 away,
Dom, you require 99.
Krona will have to win the next 4.
He's going to get a dart. He's going to get a dart. He's going to get double 16 and he's a leg away.
Dom Taylor.
Paul Krona has to be perfect from this point onwards.
Yeah, and that was a breaker throw as well.
Game on.
That might just be the best checkout that Dom Taylor has hit in 2026.
100.
Because he got the breaker throw there, he's going to have 3 opportunities on serve to go through. In leg 2, leg 4, and leg 6, even if he needs it.
Oh, trust me, he doesn't want it to go that deep. He wants this done now.
He is hoping to have an anticlimactic end to tonight. He doesn't want any kind of drama.
Too right. Remember what happened with Lau Bevan in Game 3 on Thursday night? He was 3-0 up. He lost 4-3. That's one of the reasons why he's in this jam. But I tell you what, he's on the rim of the jar. Krona's at the bottom of it.
76.
Has to hit a 140 here, you feel, as a minimum. Can he fill it up?
137.
Leaves himself on 164.
It's a curious choice, wasn't it? Didn't want to go for the maximum.
Well, the only thing I can think of is 34 more points. Leaves himself on 130. One treble needed for a poke at the ball.
$55.
This is
to
to qualify.
125.
He's got 1 bull. He has not got a 25, so a second bullseye does not give him what he wants.
67.
Pal Corona has to take this
Mario
one a
Kart
9 out.
109.
His week depends on it. Absolutely depends on this going. Depends on double 16 being fruitful this time.
93.
On the inside.
Dom, you
By
require
a wire's
58.
width. And that could be what sends him home. Tops of Taylor. Of course
Game shot on the
it's tops
second
of
leg,
Taylor.
Dom Taylor.
The
Third leg
tower
Pal to throw
is
first.
in to
Game
Saturday
on.
night. And incredibly, remarkably, inconceivably, Pal Krona is heading home after
96.
tonight. Nobody saw this coming. Nobody thought it possible at the beginning of the week that the WDF World Number 2 would not be playing on Saturday
41.
night.
Well, let's get real, shall we? Not only is he not playing Saturday night, and we're all disappointed about that because he's been brilliant this week.
58.
He's put in some big numbers, some massive performances, some spectacular finishes. But it's not enough. And with what he said to you earlier on tonight,
47.
as far as this place is concerned, that might be it. This may be the last game he plays here.
I mean this in the nicest way, pal. I hope
57.
after this game we don't see you again. And I mean that in a nice way because it means he gets a tour card and he flies off into the darting sunset.
Do you want to know who knows a thing or two about that statement? Dom Taylor.
Yes.
Because I said to you, didn't I?
81.
Yesterday, top of the show, when Dom was last here, I said, I'm not going to see you here again because you're going to be going somewhere else. And he did.
56.
We don't forecast the future. We can only guess what the future is. But if you're not going to Saturday night in the last series of the season, we don't know where your next port of call will be. I mean, let's face facts. We don't know what Krona's going to do. He could win Lakeside.
134. Dom, you require
Making odds
152.
between him and Mitchell Lloyd to win the whole thing. Although I'm sure Jess Smith will have a few words to say about that.
Oh, he will.
Number 4 seed for the tournament.
100. Power
So
require
far.
100.
Treble 16 to try and leave the double.
84. Dom, you require
Hasn't
52.
missed a dart at a double yet in this game. When he's needed to, his doubling's been on point, Dom. Absolutely spot on. And it's
Game
spot
shot
on
third
again
leg,
there.
Dom Taylor. Fourth leg
Got to
is
give him
Dom
his
to throw
flowers.
first.
The way he's dealt with everything so far this week.
Game on.
Because, yes, we've seen him in form in local events and on the ADC tour. But as we said, this is a different level in terms of quality, different level in terms of pressure. And he's dealt with it. Had that nervy
60.
opener, that was going to happen. But since then, it's been vintage. Absolutely vintage.
3 words that you could classify
60.
as very important for Taylor. Adapt or perish. Because after what happened earlier this year, he could have easily perished
58.
and said, you know what, I don't need this. But more than anything, he wants it. And I think on some level he needs it
100.
because it's part of who he is. He's not the only person who's needed a second or third chance. Now that he's got it, he can't squander it
99.
because the opportunity has just got a little bit brighter.
And you know what? Everything will mean more as well. Everything will mean that little bit more.
93.
And this is just the start.
60.
If anything, he could improve. He probably should.
But there's evidence to suggest that the level hasn't changed compared to 6-8 months
58.
ago, the last time that we saw him play on the big stage. It's not quite there yet, but it's not too far off. Let's put that right.
$81.
First to a finish with a 3-0 lead. Corona has not played poorly in this game.
Dom,
but
you
he's only
require
had one dart a double.
143.
And this is leg 4.
His problems manifested from that 4-2 defeat against Cloud Bevan, led 2-0, missed a whole host of darts at a double, got punished for it. And that is the story of his night, pretty much summarising that one game.
61.
Against Jose de Sousa, 1 from 12 on the doubles. He missed big opportunities when he needed to take, and that is why he's heading home. And he could well head home off the back of a 4-0 dismantling from Dom Taylor. He's 82 points away from doing exactly that, and he hasn't missed a dart at a double in this game. Double 16. 2 8s.
No score. Power you require 60.
Double top. Well, all the way back to 82. It did look like Dom struggled.
Dom, you require 82.
When he was on those match darts. He hasn't got the bull this time.
$26. Power you require 20.
Double 10. Back
Games
to
on the
3-1.
fourth leg, Pal Krona. Fifth leg is Pal to throw first. Game on. $60. $100.
I'm trying to transport myself into the head of Paul Corona right now. What's he thinking?
100.
He's a really positive guy. I'm sure he really wanted to succeed here this week. He had genuine ambitions of winning the whole thing.
100.
He'll probably go home a little bit earlier than planned and then plot his route over the next couple of months, because I'm sure that his planning for the next 2 months was based on how this week went.
But I tell you what, it might be a bit of scar tissue, but what's it our friend Chris Mason says? Setbacks lead forget backs.
100.
He can use this to fuel his fire.
Oh, yeah. I wouldn't want to be his next opponent. It's like facing Lennox Lewis after he's been floored. Well, history tells you Lewis would floor you back.
Well, I can tell you one thing about Pal. He'd be disappointed tonight, but I'm sure he'll wake up tomorrow morning with a great big beaming smile across his face, because he is just that character, isn't he?
Yeah, that's going to assist him well in a darts career
43.
that will be of his choosing. He's already made some very strong decisions in his young life, which I can completely understand and respect.
Well, it's a bit of a mirror image, really, of what Nico Springer
58.
did.
Yeah, that's true.
Dom, you require
And Pascal
158.
6 starts to win this game 4-1.
$43. $104. Dom, you
It's
require
not often you see that score on approach. He did have 2 match darts to win by 4 legs to 0. That's not the worst start. He's still got a route.
$55. Power, you require 92.
To get another one back.
His double 16 has let him down a little
Dom,
too
you
much.
require 60.
He's become quite dependent on it, and it hasn't been there for him.
Well, he's into tomorrow night's final. Can he finish with another couple of points? Yes, is the answer for Dom Taylor. He gets over the line against Pal Crony. He's into Saturday night, and just look at what it means to him. Back in the winner's enclosure, back in the place where he feels like it's home, back at the place where he knows best as a winner on the dartboard. For Pal Crony, it's a week that he probably wants to forget about straight away. For Dom Taylor, the best bit of the week could still be to come, because he's into Saturday night's final alongside Jose de Sousa and alongside Cloud Bevan. Welcome back to the Modus Super Series, where before the break, Dom Taylor booked his place through to tomorrow night's final, courtesy of a 4-1 win over Pal Crony. He's going to be joined by Jose de Sousa and Cloud Bevan into the finale. Let's have a look at how the standings are going to be finalised. Bevan with 12 points to his name, plus 5 legs difference. Jose de Sousa and Dom Taylor both through on 10. Pal Crony began the night in a good position, but only one win came to cost him, whilst Lewis Gurney was unable to add to his 2 points total overnight. So Dom Taylor sneaks through in third position in the group, and he joins myself and Paul Nicholson here in the studio. Dom, many congratulations.
Thank you.
Through to tomorrow night. Just sum up the emotions, the thoughts, the feelings right now.
Struggling to hold the mic still, where they're just shaking. But I guess it just showed my grit and determination that I've still got for this game, even when I am struggling. It just shows that the drink and the alcohol does kill the nerves. Because as soon as it got nervy, that was it. I was struggling to let go, but I pulled through. Give that fight that I've got in my body, and I feel ecstatic to get through to tomorrow night when I'm first time back again.
Through you are now. We spoke yesterday evening, and you were speaking about how you're feeling ready, although you didn't quite know exactly how this was going to go. In terms of the way things have gone, in terms of performances, could you envisage things that would have gone that well? Because there was times over the last couple of nights we saw the vintage side of Dom Taylor.
Yeah, I mean, I think I struggled in the first game last night. First one being back on the stage, back in front of the cameras and everything. It was just finding the foot. But then, I mean, against Clow, I played really well, just struggled on the doubles. And then I got those 2 wins. And tonight I was just coming into it saying, I said to one of my sponsors, I said, just get the job done early. And it didn't quite go as early as I wanted it to. But then, I pulled through and showed that grit and determination that I got to get the job done. And I know their first 2 games was 92 averages, so the consistency can be there. And then when I was struggling, dropped back down to 75. I'm not sure what that last game was, but yeah, I know I've still got it there and I've proven it. So.
It's all a process. These are all first steps on the road, Nico, but they were very good first steps on the road.
It's only the early days of Dom Taylor 2.0. It's as simple as that, because making big changes. You mentioned Trina Gulliver yesterday. She's been through this process. It took her a long time to figure things out, and ultimately she became the kind of player that she's always wanted to be, but in a different way. And I admire that, because there are some people who start their career one way and they finish the same way. And there are other people who go through these evolutions, and they're hard. They're really difficult, because life is not supposed to be easy. Life is difficult. Darts is not an easy game. And towards the end of that last game, we saw how much Dom wanted to win the game, not just get the legs he needed to get into Saturday night. That was all very difficult, and he accomplished both of them.
We were mentioning in commentary earlier on this evening that it feels like everything that you achieve almost means just that little bit more. Now the little wins become bigger wins.
Yeah, of course. I mean, I've had a massive win in myself. It's one day at a time. But to be 7.5 months clean and sober when I was drinking near every day, because I was playing darts every day, to not touch a drink for 7.5 months now when I'm playing is incredible. That's a win. And then just... as you said, every little win is a massive win for me.
We won't go too far into it, but how have the last few months kind of shaped and changed you as a person as well as a dart player?
Immensely. It's given me a complete different outlook on everything. And if I could look back now, as I am now, I would have changed a lot quicker.
What does darts mean to you now?
Everything. It's now or never. It's do or die, innit? It got mentioned that if I was to get caught again, if anything ever happened, that would be it. And I struggled going 28 days without this sport in my life. I resorted to a pencil with the rubbers in the end, cutting and making my own flight and throwing them at the wall just to get the action, because I wasn't allowed to board. So yeah, it's everything for me.
And as you mentioned, life isn't meant to be easy. And look, we've seen in the past, life happens, things happen, but it's about how you come out the other side from things that happen.
Yeah, this silly little game that we have, it can mean so much. I can attest to not much that Dom is going through. But I remember being a child and I couldn't afford a dartboard. And I did anything to throw something from a distance at the wall or on the stairs. And it's so deep inside you, this game, that you just feel like you've got to participate. But what he's been through over the last 7 months, I can't even begin to understand what that's like. But what I'm very, very happy to see is that this silly little game of ours can give him the purpose that he needs to move forward. And for that, we can thank the game of darts for that.
Absolutely. Can I ask you what it was like walking through the building yesterday evening? Because we saw you do some stuff on the ADC tour. We've seen you play in local opens. But this must have felt a little bit different because, fair play to you, you opened yourself up quite early on to this kind of exposure. Was there a few thoughts of, is this a step too far too soon? Or was it a case of, I need to get these things under my belt early?
No, it wasn't a case of too quick, too soon. It was just, I walked in, looked at the stage, and then when we was practicing, I just straight away took round to Paz. I was like, when can I get up on that stage? It's been too long. I've forgotten what it feels like. And yeah, it was just soaking it all up again. And I think that was the problem with the first game, is I tried too hard to get that win straight away. I just needed to ease myself into it and find my feet.
For those of you that don't know, Pazzo is our very, very happy players marshal that works here at the Super Series. Let's talk a little bit further forward then, because we've still got a few months to go in the 2026 season. Have you set any kind of goals and targets as to where you want to be between now and the end of the year?
I mean, I've got Welsh Open booked up, Bridlington, Chelsea. I have seen that there's a Lakeside qualifier, so I'm potentially going to go to that, and if I qualify and end up there, then sound happy days. If I don't, then my aim is to be up almost or exactly with par, not where I used to be, because that's a bit of a push to get straight away, but to be ready for Q School again and hopefully get my card straight back.
But first things first, another Super Series Saturday, and the last time you were here, you hit the post a couple of times, a couple of finals for yourself. So, you know, third time's got to be a charm, hasn't it?
Yeah, 100%. And Nico can't say that we won't see you back for Champions Week this week.
I knew that was going to come back and bite me. I knew it.
But yeah, hopefully one step further and make that third time the winner.
It's going to be hard work though, Nick. We're going to have a look at the groups now. You look at particularly Group 2, where you've got Cloud Bevan, Asa Cansdale and yourself, Dom, and then Group 1, Barnes, DeSalza and Slevin. That could genuinely be a champions night.
Yeah, Group 1 is a little bit silly, isn't it? Considering, you know, Dylan, Jose and Andy have all been on the tour. I actually think that Dom has been given the better of the two groups. That Group 1 that is incredible.
Glad I finished through.
Absolutely. You got Cloud Bevan then game 1, then Asa Cansdale game 2 tomorrow night. And I suppose as well, another thing for you, playing in front of a crowd again for the first time in a while.
Yeah, I know there's going to be a couple of people who's coming down. That's already said they're coming down. I'm sure I'm going to get a load more messages tonight. Well, it's the morning now, so in a few hours to say that they want to come down. But yeah, I'll just soak it up, and like I said on the way up here, is start again, and that tomorrow is new groups again, and recharge, get a nice sleep, have some grub in me, and go again. Fill this belly up that I got now.
Nothing wrong with a little pouch.
Me, I love it.
Many, many congratulations. Thank you so much as well for your honesty as well tonight. Really do appreciate
Part
that.
of the programme that I'm on now, it's honest.
Absolutely. Well, many congratulations, and we wish you all the very best with everything going forward.
Cheers,
for all of us here.
Nico.
Nico, thank you so much as well. Plenty coming up across Pluto TV. Coming up next, we've got the Tungsten Talk with Darren Webster. That'll give you a couple of belly laughs going into the wee hours of the morning. Then coming up next, we've got an audience with Phil Taylor and Adrian Lewis. 18 world titles between the pair. They'll be talking about their trials and tribulations and the world titles, of course, that they won. Finals night, tomorrow night, 7:30 p.m. I suppose we'll have to call it tonight now, won't we? To see who's going to join the Scottish duo of Darren Beveridge and Scott Campbell into Champions Week. And then we're going to see Ted Everts. He's in Group B next week. Week 4 gets underway on Monday morning for 9:30 a.m. We've got the likes of Steve Beaton in there, the likes of John Henderson in there. There's some real big names that are going to be in action as we begin to head towards the midway part of Series 15. But that is pretty much it from us here at the Live Lounge in Portsmouth. Don Taylor's going to be into tomorrow night. You're going to be here tomorrow night. We'll have Keegan Brown with us here as well. As far as Group B is concerned, Clell Bevan was in darting Kevin. Jose de Souza gave us some special stuff. Dom Taylor is hoping to tower the opposition tomorrow night. From all of us here, bye for now.
The Modus Super Series!
Derek Coulson for Destiny.
It's that! Don Taylor!
Absolutely. Biggest of all fish.
Reels it in.
Yeah. What an incredible record. Everything you wanted. He does it.
Henry Coulson in glory.
Our champion tonight.
The bullseye. This will be amazing. Unbelievable.
Oh, what a time for that.
It's matched out.
That is
Incredible.
Last turn, that is seething. The pressure is on.
Champions League night.
Good. Coulson.